should we do?
Okay, let's set up a solid income plan with great diversification and an intelligent withdrawal rate. Come on now, let's crunch those numbers and get that goal. For winning guidance with your retirement game plan, give the coaching staff at Claremont Financial Advisors a call to put together your winning play.
Now in front, shot, they score!
With over 130 pre-owned vehicles in stock, Grand Rapids GM is the place to shop. A 2020 Chevy Malibu LT is only $16,980. Hurry in and check out the 2017 Chevy Traverse. It's now priced at $17,498. Or get a Silverado Crew Cab Z71 4x4 with only 19,000 miles for $33,980. See all the deals at GrandRapidsGM.com or shop the home of GM-certified pre-owned vehicles. Grand Rapids GM on Highway 169 South. Chevy, find new roads.
Your number one Grand Rapids Thunderhawk fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Itasca Reliable Insurance are a winning combination. They'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Itasca Reliable Insurance in Grand Rapids today. 326-8518.
Nooch's in the Corner is your go-to for full-service gas fill-ups, propane, and U-Haul services. But they also carry one of the best outbuildings in the market in Old Hickory buildings and sheds with many different floor plans and styles to choose from. With 20% down, you can lock in the price to avoid any price increases and be delivered in the spring. They also feature a 5-year warranty, a low-price guarantee, and even offer free delivery. Custom order yours today. Visit Nooch's for more info. It's not just any old building, it's an Old Hickory building.
What's wrong, Jill?
I just got my contract from my propane company, and they want me to decide how many gallons I want this winter. I ran out of gallons last winter, and they charged me a higher price. This is so stressful.
If this situation sounds familiar, I have the solution for you. Hi, this is Brian, General Manager for your local Frail Gas, and when you contract with us, you never have to worry about paying a higher price during the winter, as we're the only propane company to offer unlimited gallons. Affordable pricing, the best service, and now unlimited gallons. Forget the stress and call Frail Gas today.
Hi, this is Braden Holcomb with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105, The Thunder.
The pregame show continues on J105. Grand Rapids Hockey getting set to take on Warroad here this afternoon. Hi there, I'm Joe Gigliotti. More on today's matchup with the Warriors shortly. Right now, we take a look back to Thursday night's win over Moorhead. The Thunderhawks back on the ice after a 2-week layoff, and there was no rust to be found as Grand Rapids earns a 3-1 win. Easton Young getting the scoring started at 8:31 of the first.
Now here's Easton Young. Young shot, scores! Easton Young makes it 1-0 Grand Rapids.
Assist to Braden Holcomb and Hunter Bischoff. 1-0 Thunderhawks after one. They outshoot Moorhead 14-3 in that opening frame. We go to the second, and Grand Rapids on the board quickly in that middle frame. Hunter Bischoff just 50 seconds into the second period.
Holcomb chops it back down low. Here just says, okay, I'll play forward for a while. Shot, goal! There's Hunter Bischoff. Bischoff with his 8th of the year, and it's 2-0 Grand Rapids.
Assist to Jack Peart and Braden Holcomb. 2-0 Thunderhawks. They make it 3-0 at the 8-minute mark on a goal from Garrett Trotz.
16 seconds left in the Rapids power play. Shot right on, rebound, they score! Garrett Trotz. Power play goal, Garrett's 5th of the year.
Second straight game with a goal for Trotz. That one on the power play. Assist to Sam Sturl and Ren Morquay. 3-0 Grand Rapids. Moorhead would make things interesting, getting a power play goal of their own. This one goes to Ian Ness at 14:44 of the second. 3-1 Grand Rapids after 2. No scoring in the third, so your final from Thursday night, Grand Rapids 3 and Moorhead 1. Both teams go 1 for 3 on the power play. 2 points apiece for Bischoff and Braden Holcomb. Miles Gunderson gets his first varsity start and his first varsity win in goal, making 12 saves. Here's Gunderson on what the first save at the varsity level felt like.
You know, it felt amazing. Always making that first varsity stop, especially for your first game, is an unbelievable feeling. And I think just after that shot, it just kind of kept going up and up and up and on that confident level. So It felt really good.
Final shots on goal, 25-13, Thunderhawks. Grand Rapids is 8-1. They take on Warroad this afternoon. When we come back, the Untitled Chat. Sheldon Willis visits with the Grand Rapids head coach. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
When you need to find a part at a price that's right, that red and blue sign is just within sight. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Stay moving this winter. CarQuest now has the full line of Die-Hard batteries. Choose from 4 different levels of power. Die-Hard batteries have many sizes, and CarQuest will help you receive the right fit for your vehicle. Fully charged and ready to go. Stop in today. Great prices at CarQuest Grand Rapids.
Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Ray's Marine is a 4th-generation business that has been serving the Northland for almost 50 years. Their passionate and experienced sales staff can help you make the right decision when choosing a new boat or pontoon for your family. Whether you're looking for a Lund, Crestliner, Bennington, Mercury, Yamaha, or Honda, Ray's Marine has the boat and motor you're looking for. Visit them on Highway 2 East or reach them by clicking on the text button at raysmarine.com. Ray's Sport and Marine, when your passion is the water.
At Jimmy John's, we want your sandwich to arrive freaky fast, so it's freaky fresh. So we only deliver within 5 minutes of our stores, and not farther. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. 5 minutes is not a guaranteed delivery time. Actual delivery times will vary.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
First American Title Insurance is here for you. Their local office, Itasca County Abstract Company, has provided service for more than 75 years. They can help with title insurance, real estate title certificates, abstract services, and escrow services. They are a proud and long-standing supporter of Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Athletics. Itasca County Abstract Company, a First American Title Insurance member, located in downtown Grand Rapids.
I'm Michelle Rodenberg, one of your Grand Rapids Edward Jones financial advisors. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Sports on J105. Call any of the Grand Rapids Edward Jones offices for all of your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hi, this is Wyatt Holcomb with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105, The Thunder.
Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Wade Chido, head coach of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Coach, I'll be honest, sometimes I take Coach's words with a grain of salt, and you kept saying, we'll be ready to go, we'll be ready to go. You were ready to go on Thursday.
We were. I thought our first period actually is the best period of hockey we played all year. Moore's a good team. It's not, the record doesn't show what kind of team they are. They're a lot better than when we played them a month ago, but our first period was very good.
And I think it maybe evened out a little bit, periods 2 and 3, but you were able to keep that advantage that you had.
Well, the second period was all penalties, and the flow of the game got all messed up. In the third period, I thought we were flat. We were fine, but we didn't have the same jump that we did in the first and second.
And I didn't know if the third period was, I know a 2-goal lead isn't big, but that it looked like you had changed the forecheck a little bit to kind of say, let's be a little more conservative?
No, I didn't. It was called they weren't moving their feet in the third period, and we were sitting back on our heels a little bit. And you know what? Sometimes that naturally happens when teams are up going in the third period, but you still got to keep throttling down no matter what the score is.
Now, and I know we've talked about the D-corps and how they can lead the rush, but I don't know that I've seen a 2-on-2 led by 2 defensemen very often.
Well, I did last year. Jack went down and Easton scored in the back door, and we had no D back there. And I remember I told Easton, I said, I'm glad you scored a goal because it would have been a 3-on-0 the other way. And he goes, oh, I had it, Coach.
Well, and this time it was more on a line change. So there were 3 guys back. All 3 forwards were behind the play.
Yeah, but you know what? When you get D-men like that, you got to let them go. You got to let them be athletes. And our D-corps is our strength of our team. I think everybody knows that.
Well, and And it seemed to me like there was a little difference in Jack's game after the Hermantown game. Hermantown forechecked him hard, made him move quick, and it seemed like he carried that over to Thursday's game.
Yeah, his last 2 games, he's been phenomenal, to be frankly honest with you. He was an absolute stud in the Hermantown game, and even in the Moorhead game, he was an absolute stud. Some of the plays he was making was high-level plays.
Now, going up against Warroad, they've got some top-end talent. It feels a little bit like a Hermantown where the top end is pretty loaded and they can score some goals.
They can. You got to just take care of pucks, and you can't let them guys get in the inside. And they got some guys that can, yeah, you're right, they can score when they get in tight. And we just got to make sure we have numbers and we're above the puck, as I call it, and make them work for every inch they get.
Is this a game where you maybe look for some mismatches down the line with your second and third lines?
No, you know what? I'm going to roll 3 lines. I've done it all year. Our third line is going to play against their first. I honestly don't care. I think our third line is as good as most people's first, so we'll roll with it.
Now, no secret, missing some players on Thursday. I think most of them are back. How does that work through in the lineup?
Well, you know what? It'll be a little bit of jumbled after the first period. We're going to see how their legs are and go from there and just kind of play it by ear. But, yeah, we got everybody back now.
Good luck this afternoon, Coach.
Thank you.
And that was head coach of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, Wade Chido. This is the Itasca County Health pregame show. It's brought to you by Itasca County Public Health, and they encourage our community members to access their COVID-19 vaccination when they become available. Information found online at mn.gov/COVID-19/vaccine. Don't hesitate, vaccinate. I'm ready. My wife is, but yeah, it's because of school stuff, so I'm not yet. And for anything stand out to you with what Coach Chido said, I think I agree with him. That was the best period of hockey I've seen in that first period.
Yeah, and I think the key word there is period. And unfortunately, there's three in a game, and I think that's got to be a focus for tonight for Grand Rapids to take another step in sustaining 3 periods of competitive high-level hockey. And you know, the longer the season goes and the shorter time you have left, you run out of time to right. Clean that stuff up. And I think that's something that they got to start sustaining right now.
Yeah, because I think we see in flashes how great this Grand Rapids team can be, and you hate to be picky because they're 8-1. They played well, but you say, man, they could be a little better yet.
Well, and I think, but that's the difference between being great and good.
Yep.
You know, is being picky, and I think it goes without saying that there's a lot of outstanding talent on the Grand Rapids team. There's no question about it, but if you're good with good and mediocrity is okay, then it is. But if you want to get to the state tournament and you may want to have a good showing down there, then you know what, you got to button up and get her done.
Well, I think there's a number of players on this team, including Captain Jack Peart, who are not satisfied with good and are pushing to make this team better.
No, he's an ultra competitor, and I mean, you can see it in the way that he plays. And I mean, when you talk about taking periods off, you know, sometimes that's just flow. And
right.
That's just finding things. It's not anybody individually, you know what I mean, know, all the time. But Jack's one kid that doesn't take a period off. Joey Del Greco is another one that doesn't take the periods off. I know that he would probably love to have a few more goals than he has right now, but one thing that I've seen from him is a kid trying to battle out of a quote-unquote slump, and you can literally see him working out of it, and that's a testament to him and the character of this team, and character will carry him a long way when they figure it out.
We'll take another break here on the Itasca County Health pregame show. Come back with head coach of the Warroad Warriors, Jay Hardwick. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
If you're looking for an experienced and professional attorney in the Grand Rapids area, look no further than Sturl Law Office. Attorney Chad B. Sturl has over 22 years of legal expertise in dealing with criminal defense, family law, DUI, DWI, and many other legal practices. Let him help you through a stressful time by taking care of the legal logistics and delivering expert legal support. Call 218-326-9646 to schedule an appointment. Chad Sturl at Sturl Law Office, a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Hockey.
Every second, 127 new devices connect to the internet. You can feel it happening. We're entering a whole new era of technology, and Mediacom will be ready to power it with one of the nation's first supercharged 10G platforms. we'll be bringing you more speed, more capacity, more security, and the power to do more than you ever dreamed possible. Visit 10g.mediacomcable.com to learn more.
Hey, Max here with Donner Ford. Here's the deal. Rod, I see everybody coming in for the Works program. How much does that cost?
$40.
$40? I can't even get a pair of jeans for $40.
Yep.
I filled my tank. That was more than $40.
Yep.
Rod, I heard your wife's haircut's even more than $40.
Yep.
So you're telling me you can come in, we'll change your oil, rotate the tires, inspect that thing, and even wash it for $40?
Yep.
Ha! Call or just stop on by Quick Lane at Donner Ford in Rapids.
Hear that? That's the sound of the great Alaskan fish taco migration. Once a year, these delicious little guys make their way south from the remote Alaskan wilderness to Taco John's everywhere. Topped with our smoky sour cream and served up 2 for $4, our wild-caught Alaskan fish tacos are firmly at the top of the taco food chain. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
When it comes to the toys that make living in Minnesota fun, Roth RV in Deerwood and Grand Rapids is your one-stop shop. With a showroom that's 16,000 square feet and heated, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Roth RV offers 3 of the 4 top-selling U.S. brands, from fifth wheels to travel trailers, plus enclosed and utility trailers, as well as livestock and car haulers. They also have fish houses and much more. Shop online at rothrv.com or stop by their showroom located at the Old Midway Homes location, Highway 169 East.
Hi, this is Jack Peart with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Jay Hardwick, head coach of the Warroad Warriors. And you know, these weekend trips have been few and far between this season. How did you pull this one off?
Yeah, they have been. We got special permission to do it because our girls had really struggled to fill their schedule, so they ended up getting permission to have a couple trips like this. So then they said, well, if you guys want to do it, and I said, sure, we'll do the one over to the range, and that'll be great for us. So we pulled it off, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, and it's, a little hint of normalcy in an abnormal year. You had a good game against Virginia MIB last night. Talk a little bit about how that game went.
Yeah, I thought we played well. I liked the way we started the game. We were hungry on the puck. We forechecked well. We did a lot of things the right way, and it just kind of snowballed from there. We didn't give them much. We were in their end quite a bit, so it was a good effort by us, and we're going to need that and more today.
Well, and I remember seeing Warroad last year in Warroad, and certainly the top line and some of the top-end talent you have takes a backseat to no one in the state.
Yeah, I think we, most years we have that where we have those top-end kids. Sometimes where we struggle is to find that depth that, maybe most of the AA schools have. But yeah, usually our top-end kids can run with anybody.
And talk a little bit about this matchup this afternoon. It is the second of a back-to-back for you guys, and it's going to be a fast hockey game.
It is. Grand Rapids is obviously a very good team, one of the best teams in the state, and a lot of really good players, and we're going to have to be ready. It's going to be a very good test for us. I like these games because they against good teams, they kind of show you what you're made out of, and it gets us ready for the stretch we're going down and into playoffs.
And certainly Warroad, a high-scoring team, but this Grand Rapids team is a team that's hard to score on. What do you preach to your kids before the game?
Yeah, we aren't going to, obviously it isn't going to be as easy as it is some nights. We're going to have to work for everything we get. We're going to have to make the easy plays. We're going to have to move the puck quick, and when we do get opportunities, we're going to have to take advantage of them.
Talk a little bit, we've talked generally about some of those high-end players, but specifically highlight some of the players we'll be seeing tonight for Warroad.
Obviously Jason Shogby, only a sophomore, but had a big year last year as a freshman for us, and has continued that his sophomore season. He's having a good year. His line mate Anthony Foster, who is a senior, they played together last year with Slukinski, and he's starting to score some more goals, and I think those two have scored most of for our goals up front. Sky Solig has scored, our second line center. He's been good as of late. I think the last 3-4 games he's really stepped up his tempo, and then on the back end we have Blake Norris and Carson Reed, who played very well for us.
As you look at the lay of the land in Section 8A, East Grand Forks, I know, is having a good year. Is that kind of what people expect for a section final?
Yeah, I mean, you can never count out, some of the other schools like Thief River and Detroit Lakes. They're going to work hard, and they always hang around and make it tough on you every single year. East Grand Forks is obviously very good. We had a close one with them a few weeks ago, and then we see them again next week. So, I think things will become a little bit clearer here in the next week or so. But, right now we're just worried about taking one game at a time, and then taking care of playoffs when they do get there.
Good luck today, Coach.
Thank you.
And that is head coach of the Warroad Warriors, Jay Hardwick. It is senior night tonight at the IRA Civic Center, so we're going to end up with a little bit of a later start time as first senior just being introduced. That is Ben Bonner and
twin brother John.
Yeah, twin brother John coming over. So I think the parents are the same there.
Yeah.
And they got to play together a little bit last night. They shifted Ben onto that third line a few times with John on the other wing. And as you look at the posters up around the corner of the IRA Civic Center tonight or this afternoon, last year not a lot left off of this team. It's not like the cupboard's bare next year, but there's a lot more seniors leaving this year.
Yeah, I mean they're losing some key guys, and certainly on defense, when you lose a guy like Jack Pert, obviously that's quite a hard thing to fill. But I've liked what I've seen from the Will Stauffer kid early on in the season. I think he's going to be a good player, down the line to watch, and he can fill that role. And Hinkie getting some ice time, and it's just one of those things where that's the way the program's set up, and next guy up.
And that is the way it is. One thing that Coach Hardwick said that, and I've thought about it before, you get a small school, a small single-A school like Warroad, and we're not going to revisit the whole Hermantown AAA debate, but Warroad feels to me like really what a top-end single-A school should be as far as what they turn out. They don't have the numbers through their minor hockey program that a Hermantown has, but they consistently turn out blue-chip talent. What's the secret to doing that?
I think a lot of community volunteer and a lot of putting in a lot of time and doing it for the right reasons. And one thing I will say about Jay Hardwick, and I'm fortunate enough to know him, he's a man that does it for the right reasons. He's a good guy. His heart's in the right place. I mean, everybody wants to win, but he's out there developing opportunities for kids to be successful after high school. Maybe not so much in hockey, but in life.
Right, because no matter how good you are, the subset of kids that are going to make their living playing NHL or even European pro hockey, pretty small.
It's a decimal.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You're
a decimal that might start with a zero.
It is. It's that, and I think that's the great thing about high school sports and having the right people involved is that it's getting people ready for life, at the end of it, if you can get those lessons.
Well, and like I said, it seems every time you play a Warroad, they may not have lines 2 and 3 that your top-end AA schools have, but you're going to face some of the best talent in the state, it seems, year after year.
Yeah, they're always going to put on, probably a 2-line team, with 4 or 5 of them being pretty high-end and competitive. And and one thing about Warroad is it's the same as, Roseau in that regards, or, teams like that is there's tons of pride. And they pride themselves on being a small school competing at a high level and playing high-end teams. And getting back to your point about Warroad being a true caliber single-A school, you're right. because it's not the school size that you're really looking at. It's the program size, and their program size is in correlation with how many people are actually going to the school.
Right. And so when you look at their peewees, their bantams, and so on, you are getting that single A feel right through their system, right?
Yeah, no question.
And then you're getting a top end single A hockey team that competes at state. Are they there every year? No. Sometimes East Grand Forks goes. Sometimes Detroit Lakes goes out of that section. Sometimes Thief River Falls. But Warroad's going to be one of those teams.
Well, they're always going to be in the mix, and I think that's what they pride themselves on. They know that going to the state tournament isn't a yearly guarantee or a yearly a right. I mean, it's a privilege, and you have to work for it. I mean, and you look at schools like Grand Rapids, who are a AA team that I would consider it a small program. Hey, listen, they're okay with their trips to the state tournament, and that's why I think they're so special, because they come, every couple of years, or sometimes there's a 5, 6, 7-year drought.
Well, and I know when I went down with the team in 2016, the first year Rapids had made it since 2007, a 9-year low, which felt pretty long to the Grand Rapids community. I know it did. And some of those losses with those early 20, some of those teams between there were heartrending and so hard to take. But yeah, it made 2016 mean all that much more.
Yeah.
And then the championship, of course, the next year.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's just part of the process. I mean, you don't get to go every year because there's other teams in the sections that are, you set a new benchmark, and then they know that they got to compete to that level. And it's right, as soon as you have success, you end up getting a bullseye on you.
Yep.
And it's really hard to, keep up that whole, the whole process the whole way there, and once that bullseye's on you, it's a lot harder deal.
Well, and I know we have just a little time to chat hockey. I always enjoy chatting hockey with you, Grant. Hopefully we don't bore anybody as we finish off senior night here at the IRA Civic Center. But you look at those banners up here in the IRA that we're looking across, and you see those banners from 72 basically to 1981, where it was year after year of domination in the state of Minnesota. No, not every year was a championship. There were 3 championships out of that run, but there were a lot of state tournament appearances. And then you look, that gap, that 9-year gap I was talking about, where Duluth East was down most of those years in that 9-year span when Rapids couldn't make it. Will we see dominance like that again, or has it evened out a little more?
Well, in which section? Section 7A?
In Section 7AA.
No, I don't think you'll see a dominant group. I think you're always going to have the usual suspects in the league. You got Elk River, you got Andover, you got Duluth East, you have Grand Rapids, obviously, and I mean even Cloquet gets themselves in the mix. I know that they've had their last couple of years, they've had really quality teams that performed really well in youth hockey, and when you come up through the youth ranks, you kind of know what's coming up down the road.
And obviously that 2016 and 2017 teams, there was a certain expectation. There was a buzz, even when Blake and Gavin and those kids were sophomores. There was a buzz because everyone knew the talent that was coming and the talent that was already there in the team. And I would say this year's team has a little bit of that same buzz.
I would agree with that. And one thing that I will say is that when you start talking those names that you do, right, you're looking at Grant Bischoff, who's involved in the Grand Rapids program, obviously, father to Blake and Jake and Jonah and all those guys and everybody who got to go down to that state tournament. Here you got Jack Pert, whose dad put in a ton of time into the program, blood, sweat, and tears all the way through. I mean, it's just something as a kid growing up in Grand Rapids, if you are a second generation or a third generation person, it matters because you hear about the state tournament and you hear about Grand Rapids hockey, and it's all about goal settings. I mean, my dad was on the 1975 team that won the state tournament, and I heard about it my whole life. But it wasn't about, this is what you want to do. You want to put on the Grand Rapids high school jersey. It wasn't about going to college. It wasn't about going to the NHL. It was about playing for pride for your community. And I think that that's one of the reasons why Grand Rapids, Warroad, the Greenway teams of the past have been successful because it's community tradition, it's family oriented, opportunities.
Yep. And I know just in chatting, I wasn't here at KOZY J105 during the years that we're talking about, but I know since then, talking with players like Hunter Shepard and Jake Bischoff, that is one of their disappointments that they carry, was that they never quite made it down to St. Paul. And it wasn't for lack of effort, it wasn't for lack of having great teams, it was just not quite getting past a great Duluth East team.
And look who they're playing against. They're playing against Tontonato, Randolph. Right. There's another guy that played at North Dakota that slips my mind. I mean, that's just the way that it goes. That's the competitive edge. I mean, those kids were fortunate enough in Bantams. I know, we lost in the state championship game. We were a great team. You know who beat us? Jake Gensel. He's not bad.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And I look at all these banners. I grew up in International Falls, as most people know, and we're going to wrap up this conversation soon. But I grew up talking to the Mike Bolsteds and the Bill Masons and the Bob Masons and Kevin Constantines from International Falls, who at times were the second best team in the state and could never make it past Grand Rapids.
Yeah, that happened all the way through. I know Hibbing had a ton of good teams going through that time. International Eveleth. I mean, that was just when the range was really, producing.
Well, we will now get to hockey. Hopefully people enjoyed our hockey chat. Tonight's pregame show was brought to you by Itasca County Health. Itasca County Public Health, encouraging community members to access their COVID-19 vaccination when it becomes available. And you can find information online at mn.gov/COVID-19 vaccine. So don't hesitate, vaccinate. Time for starting lineups, and starting lineups are brought to you by Skoglund Electric, proud to be your hometown electrician, proud to support all Thunderhawk sports and provide first-grade electrical service work in the Grand Rapids area. For the Warroad Warriors, they will start at center, number 39, senior Seja Norwegian. At one wing will be Jason Shagaby, and Shagaby 16 goals, 20 assists. Anthony Foster on the other wing, 12 goals, 7 assists, and that is a senior and a sophomore in Shagaby. Blake Norris, you mentioned him from the defensive side, and 7 goals, 18 assists for Blake Norris. Norris is a senior, and number 25, Eric Comstock, sophomore at the other side. And in goal will be Jack Orchard, 5-3-1, a 1.64 goals against average. Grand Rapids gets number 1, Wyatt Pilkington, back tonight. He will start in net, 7-1, 1.13 goals against average. On defense, number 23 is Jack Peart. Of course, we all know about him. And also, well, I should wait and see. I believe it will be number 5, Easton Young. And the forward line, number 10, Joey Del Greco, and he will center for...
I'm going to make a call. I'm going to say Ren Morkway is going with Jack Peart.
Okay.
I'm just going to...
I
got a sneaky suspicion.
I
could be wrong.
Okay. Braden Holcomb on the one wing and Hunter Bischoff on the other wing. He had a goal and assist, and I thought played a nice game getting into those dirty areas in front. I think he's become a lot more physical during the year, Hunter Bischoff.
Yeah, he has, and he absolutely pounded that second goal with that pass from Jack. I mean, there was no question about it. He drove that through the back of the netting, and I think that's what they need. Looks like you're right.
Looks like Bo didn't disappoint me. He kept Easton Young there.
Kept it together.
And starting lineups are brought to you by Skoglund Electric. When you need electrical work done, contact Skoglund Electric. Personal hometown service, personable and hardworking, and a proud supporter of hardworking Thunderhawk sports. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, it's the drop of the puck. Saturday matinee hockey action coming up with Grand Rapids and Warroad from the IRA Civic Center on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
Here at Sammy's, we're already preparing for your Thunderhawk hockey post-game celebration traditions. Our newly renovated tavern seating area provides plenty of space to dine in safely with family and friends. Rather take the party home? We also
Please join me in singing with me our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight ramparts we won were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's within our best interest to connect you with the best that our community has to offer. We believe that a banking relationship is built on trust and loyalty to help you achieve your goals. Woodland Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Wade Browse with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
And we are just about set to go for high school hockey action. And a few weeks ago, I think we talked about favorite high school jerseys. I know I got them from Tom Downing. Someone asked me when I was coming in what my favorite high school jerseys of all time were. And so I had Tom weigh in on it. And Super Joe, I did. Warroad actually came up a couple times. These black with the yellow. I think they're a sharp jersey.
Yeah, they haven't changed. It's tradition.
No,
that's what I think is good. I think the teams that go back to the retro jerseys of the old schools, I think that's pretty neat.
So I'll let you think about it, maybe on an icing or whatever. You come up with your 3 favorite all-time jerseys.
All right.
In high school hockey in Minnesota.
I'm going to be super biased.
You're going to be a homer, right? We're going to have green and orange in this, I bet.
Yeah, you will.
See, Joe went he said, well, I don't want to be a homer, so he chose 3 jerseys that were not Greenway or Rapids. And here we go as Joey Del Greco taking the draw, going up against Seja Norwegian. And we are underway. Warroad in the traditional black with gold numbers going from left to right. Grand Rapids in the white.
Little water behind the net there, maybe.
Yeah. So you will not see that again for years.
No.
Jack Peart going down with no one around him. And through center ice, that's taken away by Shagaby and put back into the Grand Rapids zone. Behind the net is Peart being forechecked by Foster. Puck squirts behind the net, and Shagaby right away showing why he's a talent.
Jack Peart, and not to change the subject, but absolutely you're right, but Jack Peart, Easton Young do such a good job at hitting the centermen on their breakouts to get Rapids into their transition. It's really something to see in high school hockey.
And Grand Rapids offside, so we'll take the face-off back outside of the Warroad blue line, just underway here from the IRA Civic Center. No score. Glad you're along. J105 The Thunder, and also a YouTube stream. Just go to our homepage, kozyradio.com, and you'll see a link there that says Watch Grand Rapids Hockey. It'll be right there. Puck smacked off the glass and into the Grand Rapids zone. Hustling back after it is Justin Kerr.
Warroad does a good job on their forecheck. They've done it for years. They flood one side of the ice and they come at you hard. So this will be a great test and a lot of pressure on the Rapids defensemen.
Sam Sturl goes rink wide for Morkway. Morkway shoots it in, and getting there first is DeMars on the half wall. DeMars goes after it. Powassan is there as well, and we'll have a whistle and a high sticking call.
Little bad luck there for Hayden. He went to try to pick him up, pick his stick up and steal a puck, and I think it just kind of rode up the guy's arm and hit him in the face mask a little bit.
So an early power play, a 37.8% power play. That's a high number.
That's a high number. That's what you're looking to get at.
Del Greco will take the draw against Shagaby. Grand Rapids at an 80.8 penalty kill, and that may be one number out of all of this that Coach Chido would like to get up a little bit.
Yeah, I think their penalty kill has been pretty dang good for most of the season, and it looks like he's adjusted to it, because if you see Hunter Bischoff, he jumped Shagaby on the half wall there really quick and didn't give him a lot of time to set up. So it looks like Hunter Bischoff is in the game.
And with that was one tick away from sending Joey Del Greco in all alone. Yeah. Offside on the Thunderhawks. It'll come outside the zone. As Del Greco can't control it, Shagaby tries to come in. Peart gets the puck outside the zone, and Warroad will regroup on the power play. Minute 35 left. Into his own zone goes Carson Reed. Reed will retreat all the way behind his own net, and now Warroad starts forward. On the near side, here comes Foster. Foster shoots it in wide. Peart flips it up the boards, out down the ice, and I guess it hit someone in the player's box on the way by.
Grand Rapids doing a nice job here, not letting Warroad get the opportunity to set up. And one thing that's good to know, once you can get that puck down, if you can get that puck down, it burns about 20 seconds off of the power play, and they've been able to do that a couple times. And basically, they're going to be on a 1 minute and 18-second kill now.
Second line. No, not the second line. It was just Holcomb taking the draw on the strong side. Won by Warroad. Back to the point. Here's Norris. Norris feeds it down low. Come back to the point to Blake Norris. Norris, top of the circle, shot right on, and Pilkington right there makes the save, doesn't allow a rebound.
Calmly in the net. He does a really good job of handling those pucks, and obviously he was able to see that one, which helps out quite a bit too.
Face-off will come to Pilkington's right. Holcomb again on the draw. He wins this one. Peart puts it to Easton Young. Young backhands it to the point. Not out. Shot. And that's a stick save by Pilkington, and he'll get it outside the zone. Norris has to come back to get it.
Grand Rapids gets lucky there. It's one of the unmarked rules is you want to stay off your backhand in the defensive zone just so those things don't happen.
And this one stopped at the blue line and shot all the way down the ice by Holcomb. Back to regroup again, the Warroad Warriors. Norris behind his own net. And Norris now comes up ice. 26 seconds left in the Warroad power play. No score on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. Norris puts it in gear, gets it deep into the Rapids zone. Morkway finds it, shoots it down the ice. And right now, Warroad, other than that somewhat weak clearing pass that they blocked, have had no chances to set up.
And you got to give credit to Grand Rapids defensemen. They do such an unbelievable job of stopping plays at the blue line. And that's hard to do on 5-on-5, and they do an exceptional job with it on the penalty kill, and that goes a long way. That'll help things out.
Puck comes in, delayed offside. Rapids clears quickly, both teams back at full strength. Through the neutral zone comes Powassan. Powassan has it go behind the net.
You never see opposing teams come through the middle of the ice against Grand Rapids. They do such a good job of keeping them to the outside.
Bischoff throws a shot at the net. That deflects and goes wide. After it on the forecheck is Browse. Browse getting a shift out here with Actually, it was just Bischoff who was out a little bit late, and now we've got the third line out there with Wyatt Holcomb along with Browse and Henry Sturl. Kept in at the point nicely by Henry Sturl, and it goes off a stick and out to center. Coming in, a little drag move, nice move, backhand shot, gets in on Pilkington, gets a quick whistle as that was Luke Johnson, I believe, coming in.
Yeah, I got to give Pilkington a lot of credit there. I mean, I know I've talked about it a handful of times, but he just holds his spot and takes opportunities that could be, catastrophic and makes them look very non-threatening.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think the other team gets credited for fewer scoring chances than they should, just because it all looks so calm back there with him.
And his rebound control is really good, and that takes a lot of pressure off a defenseman.
Icing call on the Warriors. Faceoff will come back into the Warroad zone. No score, 12:33 to go. Grand Rapids without a shot on net so far. Of course, they did kill one penalty.
I think that'll change here pretty quick.
Second line out there as Kerr goes out to take the face-off in the Warroad zone. And here's a shot right on, rebound.
Crafty little move.
Oh, it was by Garrett Drotz, who had goal. Now here's the 2-on-2 coming in, and Jack Peart shuts that down, takes over the puck, and turns it into offense the other way. Stick handles past one, moves it ahead. Here's Drotz. Drotz back in front of Peart, just deflected behind him. Shagaby, has Norris coming in. Norris shot right on, rebound, and a nice job by Peart, and then trying to go with the wraparound. It goes right across the crease. Long shot deflected wide. Boy, that's jumping into the rush.
That's one thing I think you're going to really have to watch this game is Warroad does a really good job getting behind defensemen. Shagaby, great pass.
Yes, it was. You could think that Shagaby is a defenseman making a pass to a forward the way that clicked.
Yeah, that was a nice play for sure. And this is going to be a high octane game. I mean, you got both scoring chances at both ends. This will be fun to watch.
Shots on goal are 5-1 Warroad, no score. And the best save of the evening or afternoon so far for Pilkington on that Norris breakaway. And how about Easton Young coming back hard and preventing the rebound?
Second chance, yeah, no question.
At the half wall, puck fought for as Kotlowski will get it out to center. Now here's Shagaby.
He is crafty.
Shagaby shot on net, and Pilkington sticks that into the netting. No score, 11:01 to go on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, they are the official sports medicine provider of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
Shagaby has a lot of poise with the puck when he comes up the ice, and he's not afraid to hang on to it, draw a guy, and slide it on over, and he's created quite a few opportunities already doing that.
Third line out there for the Thunderhawks as Morquay puts it behind the net. Fanning on it was Sam Sturl, so he'll retreat back to the net, try it again. Second pass did not have as good a chance of success as that first one would have.
No. Good fake.
Yeah, okay.
Wrong time, though.
Browse ahead, and tipping it in was Bonner. Can't find it.
Warroad doing a really good job advancing the puck.
Now the puck in front of the Grand Rapids net, pushed off into the corner. After it, there is Sky Solig. Solig tries to come out. That taken away, and here comes Sturl, rather. Sturl gains the blue line. Rest of his line mates are headed to the box.
That little play right there is what I'm talking about. Warroad keeps a good job of the puck going north. They just keep going up ice with it rather than bringing it back in and causing trouble, like they just did there. And watch what happens now. Whoop.
As the puck kept into the blue line by Peart. Shot doesn't get through, and here comes Warroad 3-on-2 if they hurry. Puck into the zone as Kerr can't control it. Comes back to Peart in front of his own net. Peart to Easton Young.
Beautiful play.
Bing, bing, and here come the Thunderhawks through center ice, shot right on, and the save made by Orchard, and he will hold on for the face-off. 9:36 to go, first period, no score on the Grand Itasca scoreboard.
It's a good thing these games are able to be streamed by YouTube or whatever outfit's doing it, because to be able to watch Jack Peart and Easton Young play is quite a thing, and you don't see that too often in high school hockey.
No, and who was it a couple years ago for, I believe, Minnetonka? They had a pair that really did some fun things.
Yes, they had like 6 kids.
Yeah.
3 of them went to the NHL. Yeah.
Off the face-off, puck shot at the net, I believe going wide, but gloved by Orchard anyways, and he'll hold it for a face-off. 9:27 to go. First period action, and this game brought to you in part by Super One Foods, Affinity Plus Credit Union, and Taco John's. Face-off, puck back to Easton Young. Young to the half wall. Far side, Peart looking for room. Comes back to Young. Shot, no one in front, so easy save for Orchard. Steers it into the corner behind the net. Braden Holcomb picks it up. Holcomb comes to the point, and Peart takes a look, goes in, shot right on, and Orchard able to hold the rebound. Now a couple nice shots on net in that shift, but there wasn't a lot of traffic.
Not a lot of traffic in front, but what a great play by Jack Peart there, coming down the sidewall and then cutting hard to the middle. He's shifty and he changes speeds really well, and he's really good at getting to the middle to get that shot.
Off the face-off, Del Greco tries to fire it out in front, hits the side of the net to the half wall where Shagaby. And this is the first time the Grand Rapids forecheck has bothered Warroad much.
Yeah, I think they got kind of stung a little bit off the bat. They're starting to move their feet a little bit more right now and take care of the puck a little bit better, and they're pinning Warroad back a little bit.
8:40 to go as the puck comes to the half wall. Easton Young pinching in, keeps it in. Holcomb rings it around behind the net.
Joey.
And Joey Del Greco gets to it, to the point, not out, throws it to the open corner. Blake Norris fighting for it there.
Call it.
And Grand Rapids is going to go shorthanded again as Del Greco touches the puck.
Holcomb for hooking, I believe.
I believe you are correct. A Holcomb hook. And that's kind of a tough end to a great shift.
Yeah, it's moving his feet. I mean, sometimes that stuff happens when you're competing. He wasn't hanging on and skiing behind him. He was moving his feet, and his stick got tangled up in the sleeve, and that happens. Momentum killer for sure, though.
8:21 to go, and Grand Rapids will have to start with their second penalty kill unit out because the first one just got done with a long shift. Off the face-off, puck comes outside the zone. Powassan will put it to his D partner, who is number 25, Comstock. Puck picked up by Bonner and shot down the ice.
Well, this will be a good opportunity to get those penalty kill numbers up.
That's right. That's right. As long as you kill them, right? As the puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone, going hard after it, there is Solig. Solig looks to move it back to Norris. Norris picks it up at the point. Nice little backhand pass. Gets it down to Erickson. Erickson back to Norris. Oh, misses the puck, but it's kept in. Backhanded. That almost fooled. Oh, and we're going to get another penalty. Grand Rapids going 2 men down.
Ooh.
And there's a goal.
And that puck right there just had eyes.
Yes, it did.
That was thrown on net, and it hit about a cup size that it had to get through to get in, and it hit it.
And there was going to be a delayed penalty on Pilkington for a little cross-check as a guy came through his crease. It is a 1-0 Warroad lead on the power play goal. That was not a ripped shot.
No, it wasn't, but that's what happens when you throw it on net, and it was a good job. Earlier in that shift, though, I got to say that the way Warroad supports the puck is really leading to some of the success that they're having here right now because, they turn it over, a guy's there to pick it up, and they get in on the forecheck, and there's a guy on the rail, and they're doing a really good job of supporting the puck and making it tough for Grand Rapids. I did not see this penalty.
I saw it. It was Warroad forward who was close in front. So what will happen here is the penalty that was being served is over. Grand Rapids will not go 2 men down, but the penalty to Pilkington will still be called, and Grand Rapids will stay on the penalty kill and down 1-0. That's a tough pill to swallow, too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. I am impressed with this Warroad team. I thought it would be a good game. I did not know the skill level that they had outside of Shagaby, and it's pretty high end.
Yeah, 7-3 shots on goal in favor of Warroad. I'm trying to figure out how Rozo beat him once.
Yeah. That's just a rivalry game. You got to throw that out the window. Talent doesn't matter in rivalry games. They're always going to be close.
Behind the play, we are going to get a Warroad penalty tripping to Seja Norwegian. I saw the scrum after the fact. I did not see the penalty occur. It was just inside the Rapids blue line. And we'll skate 4-on-4 for a minute 37. Normally, I would say that really favors a guy like Joey Del Greco and Jack Peart, but Shagaby takes a backseat to no one when finding open ice. Back to the point to Easton Young. Young goes over to Peart. Shot doesn't get through. Rebound shot just wide.
4-on-4 hockey is always a good offensive opportunity because it can be man-on-man all over the ice. And the team that decides to play offense on 4-on-4 will usually come out on top.
Bischoff tries to get it down low. He will. Turns. Del Greco there supporting him. And Del Greco will come away with it. Squeezes through behind the net. Del Greco on the backhand skips Peart's stick and gets out to center. Quickly turning around, here's Del Greco trying to catch.
Nice play.
And out in front, going to the backhand was Bischoff, stuffed it just wide. Now out to center, here's some room for Foster. Foster, that's shut down. And out front, and
weird bounce.
Whoa, was that a weird bounce?
Well, here we are end to end again. Scoring chances on both sides.
As Easton Young has his stick slapped out of his hands at the end of the shift. Getting in there is Kerr. 23 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play. They will have a on the Rapids penalty, they'll have a very short power play when that expires. Puck flipped into the Warroad zone. 1-0 Warroad, 5:36 to go first period.
Warroad really looking to hit that stretch guy. They've tried to do it 3 different times, and their forwards seem to know when to leave the zone.
Grand Rapids was looking for Kerr. That was intercepted. And Grand Rapids now on a short power play. 18 seconds, so time for one good rush with the power play. Here comes Sturl, Sam Sturl. Into the zone, drag move. Oh, that was pretty. Couldn't quite get the shot off.
Very nice move.
Puck back to the point, kept in by Morquay. Wyatt Holcomb can control it out to center ice, and that'll do it for the Warroad penalty. Here comes Hayden DeMars. DeMars stops at the half wall, leaves it for Braden Holcomb. Now DeMars. Stick handles, finds Sturl. His shot blocked, comes out to center. DeMars able to pick it up off of his skates and get it into the zone. Bonner goes after it. Bonner finds DeMars down low. DeMars back to Bonner. Now here's DeMars, puts on the brakes. Goes back to the half wall, down low. Bonner can't control it there, and Blake Norris takes over. Norris for Warroad.
He does a good job moving the puck. Oop, there's a chance. 2-on-1
Now here's DeMars. DeMars' shot just missed the snipe on the top blocker side. Grazed the top of the crossbar.
This is about as exciting as a first period as I've seen this year.
Back and forth it goes. Shots on goal are 8-3 in favor of Warroad. And it's a 1-0 Warroad lead. Del Greco, nifty move along the side, gets it to Bischoff. Bischoff spins, gets it deep. After it there is Carson Reed behind the net. Reed leaves it there for Hard.
Here's a chance.
And puck coming in, and Orchard able to shut that down and hold it for the face-off.
Both teams are getting their first men in on the forecheck quite quickly and making things hard on these defensemen.
Game is brought to you in part by Guy Claremont Financial, S&S Meats, Coldwell Banker, Northwoods Realty, Mediacom, McDonald's, and Nooch's in the corner. 3:31 to go. 1-0 Warroad on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. Kerr to take the draw. And that's one up by the Warriors. Here out to center ice is Shagaby. Shagaby goes wide, poked off his stick by Peart. Kerr tries to flip it off the boards, but it goes into the player's box, and we'll have a face-off back in the Grand Rapids zone.
Shagaby didn't have much help there. I mean, he was coming down, kind of leading the rush and didn't have much options, and Jack did a really good job of poke checking it off and moving up the wall.
1-0 Warroad, first period action. Puck still, now it comes to Warroad off of the face-off. Shagaby back to the point. Comes near side, Carson Reed, and his shot right on. And the save by Pilkington, and he'll hold on. We'll do the face-off to his right this time. Again, it's been back and forth, but Warroad, boy, they're not showing any after effects of playing last night.
No, they're really not. They're taking advantage of their road trip.
Yes, they are. As Grand Rapids trying to dig the puck out and get it out. Kerr is there along with DeMars. Puck still doesn't come outside the zone. Now Easton Young will go to Peart on the far side. Peart, quick look. He's always looking up there and had DeMars breaking, and the puck just intercepted. Young has to wait as Kerr was caught offside. Now Kotlowski will get it up the boards to Shagaby. Shagaby
tried to get soft on it, and luckily there could have been a 3-on-2 there.
And that was a shot that it looked like it was a long shot, but Pilkington didn't look real comfortable on.
And right before that little play there, Warroad is really good at making really small, short area passes. And they've been a great turning up transition. Whoop, there's a big hit.
And there is
two big
Sturl, and then Morquay, but Sturl lit up Shagaby. Don Cherry, love him or hate him, he would have called that in the trolley tracks.
He would have loved that one.
He would have. Perfect open ice hit.
Then Ren Morquay made him pay the price behind the net.
You don't see many of those open ice hits anymore.
No, you don't.
1:46 to go, first period. Puck comes out to center as Sturl. Sturl goes rink wide to Morquay. Morquay up to Holcomb, who tries to move it to Del Greco. Doesn't connect. Now Sturl will try it again. Saucers it ahead to Browse. Browse didn't control it, then kept it in for a moment. Now turning is Hard. Matt Hard goes far side, and the puck shot into the Thunderhawk zone. Pilkington's tries to shoot it around the boards, and it goes into the netting. Still 1-0 Warroad on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. 1:15 to go first.
I think one thing they're going to shore up in between periods for sure is winning wall battles on the walls. There's a lot of pucks that Warroad's getting out of their own end and able to come up on odd man rushes. And I think Grand Rapids is going to have to get a little bit tougher on the rails.
Face-off will be to the left of goaltender Wyatt Pilkington. And be interesting to watch Shagaby's shift here. I was told by someone who said he coached him a few years ago that he can get frustrated with physical play, and he was lit up by Sam Sturl.
Yeah, he did, and I don't think he was expecting that. But here he goes. He's already looking to get out in the middle of the ice for that breakaway.
As we're in the final minute, Del Greco fights along the boards. He'll get it back to Young. Young, his shot goes just wide with Holcomb getting out of the way. Go far side. That is a bullet pass.
That's a dangerous pass, but a beautiful one.
As
Braden Holcomb's competing.
Yes, he is. He took two cracks at it, got the second one on net as Shagaby tries to come in, taken away by Peart.
He's trying to finesse a little bit, and they might pay for it right here because Jack turned it up.
And the puck out front,
big
shot.
Save.
Orchard doesn't get it. Rebound doesn't go in.
What a glove save. Wow.
How did that not end up in the net?
Two of them. 2 out of the 3 should have ended up in the net.
As Easton Young shoots it in deep with 3 seconds left, and the period will come to an end with an unbelievable flurry by Grand Rapids, but they fail to put it behind Jack Orchard. And we end the first period with a 1-0 Warroad lead. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
We're here with Kirk Adams, Northern Market President of Deerwood Bank. Kirk, why is it important for you to support Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Athletics?
Being born and raised here, I love supporting the community that helped raise me. That is why I am working with my team at Deerwood Bank to bring nice and simple banking to the entire Grand Rapids area. From your first savings account to life after retirement, we're here to help you.
Deerwood Bank. Banking made nice and simple. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
It's Mike here from here at the Motor Shop. If you didn't hear, we're still here. We've just moved. We're not at the old here, but we're here at the new here, which is here to serve the Northland better. Here at the new here is over 3,000 feet of shop space and a showroom that's way bigger than the old here, which isn't here, it's there. But you can find us here, north of ICC and Midway Homes on 169 on the same side of the road. It's 2949 US Highway 169. Or just call us for directions.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Ringgold. I am a loan operations specialist at Grand Rapids State Bank. My job involves supporting the lending department, both with commercial and personal loan customers with quite a variety of duties. I really value having regular hours and a supportive team of coworkers. The people I work with support one another. I get along great with everyone I work with, and that makes it much easier to do my job. Grand Rapids State Bank. This is my community and my bank.
Serving the community for generations. The Grand Rapids State Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Mackley Auto Repair in Coleraine is happy to welcome service advisor Scott Baird to their team. He has more than 20 years of experience in the auto service industry, and he's ready to help you with your auto needs and questions. Mackley has a new, state-of-the-art alignment machine, and Mackley works on all makes and models of vehicles. Mackley Auto Repair, Main Street, downtown Coleraine.
When it comes to real estate, you want Coldwell Banker Northwoods Realty on your team. Locally grown and family owned since 1947. Their full service agency of professional realtors will put their decades of knowledge, experience, and proven results to work for you. You can trust Itasca's real estate leader to provide exceptional service and expertise. Call Coldwell Banker Northwoods Realty.
Backhanded, that almost fooled. Oh, and we're going to get another penalty. Grand Rapids going 2 men down. And there's a goal.
And that puck right there just had eyes.
Yes, it did.
That was
Grandma's aunts or fans. Show your favorite player your support with beautiful jewelry featuring their jersey number. Let White Pine
Backhanded, that almost fooled. Oh, and we're going to get another penalty. Grand Rapids going 2 men down.
White Pine Jewelers.
And there's a goal.
And that puck right there just had eyes.
Yes, it did.
That was
sizing, chain soldering, and more. White Pine Jewelers, located behind McDonald's in the Pekegama Plaza, Grand Rapids. Online at whitepinejewelers.com, and remember to like us on Facebook.
Hi, this is John Bonner with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
And welcome back to the IRA Civic Center after a period of play. Warroad, a well-earned 1-0 lead. Grand Rapids had chances. Boy, in the last 15 seconds, did everything but light the lamp. But Warroad played well.
Yeah, they did. I'm impressed. I'm surprised, I guess I should say. No offense to Jay Hardwick, but I'm surprised at the skill level and how well coached that they play at this stage in the season. And one thing that they've done a really good job of is trying to spring that guy behind the Rapids defenseman. And as Grand Rapids kind of comes in and tries to get their opportunities and pounce on the puck, they just do a good job of flipping it out and trying to catch that guy in the neutral zone for a breakaway, and they got away with it. They executed on it one time, and there was a few more, 2 or 3 more that could have turned into scoring chances.
Well, and I would say Grand Rapids has been trying to run that a little bit themselves, last game and this game, and there's been a couple times when it's been a step away.
Yeah, when you stretch the guy in the neutral zone, you can definitely take a lot of pressure off of your defenseman. And the Shogabee kid from Warroad does a really good job of swinging back, seeing and anticipating what's going to happen, and then cheating out. And maybe he shouldn't, but it works into his favor.
1-0 Warroad after a period. We'll take another break, come back with our between periods summary. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
We learned a lot in 2020 at Affinity Plus. We know we can help you manage your finances in all sorts of different ways. This is Ann Cates, branch manager. I'm excited to share our branch lobby is open again, but things will look a little bit different. We're asking you to continue to take care of any cash transactions and deposits through our drive-thru or ATMs. You can come on in for any loans, membership, or account services. We have several contactless options still available to you, and our debit and credit cards now offer that contactless payment. To understand more ways we've made baking better, visit us at affinityplus.org, insured by NCUA.
You don't want to work at just any old place, and you don't want to work just any old time. Maybe you want to work mornings, afternoons, or late nights, weekdays or weekends. For job openings on your schedule, Check out the openings at McDonald's.com. They're hiring for multiple shifts and positions. McDonald's can be more than just a job. They have great career opportunities available for the right people. If you're looking for fulfilling work and a fun and challenging atmosphere, don't wait any longer. Apply at McDonald's.com. I'm loving it. Doctors Rachel and Spencer Buchert, as well as Dr. Mike Hagley at Grand Rapids Dental Care, are proud supporters of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They know firsthand that in order to be successful, it takes the whole team working together towards a single goal. For Grand Rapids Dental Care, that goal is providing expert dental care for all their patients. For a lifetime of healthy smiles, choose Grand Rapids Dental Care for all your dental needs. Online at grdental.com, call 326-3438 to set up an appointment. Go Thunderhawks!
A year at S&S Meats in Grand Rapids. Happy New Year.
What a beautiful prime rib.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Honey, you shouldn't have. Look at that New York strip.
For Easter.
Mom, is the ham ready?
Memorial Day.
Pass me some jerky and cheese curds. Let's go fishing.
4th of July.
Throw some more jumbo shrimp on the Barbie.
Labor Day.
Need some more brats here.
Thanksgiving.
Honey, the smoked turkey makes the meal.
Christmas.
Did you get a meat bundle for Dad? He'll love it.
Anytime is a great time to shop S&S Meats. Highway 2 West, Grand Rapids.
The Timberlake Restaurant is now open for dinner Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 p.m., serving dinner until 9 p.m. Chef has prepared many new menu items, and your favorites will still be available. The Timberlake Restaurant still offers curbside pickup. Call 326-2600 to place your order. Everyone at the Timberlake thanks you for supporting them during these times. We are excited to welcome you back. The Timberlake Restaurant, Highway 169 South, Grand Rapids.
Penalty on number 16, 2 minutes for slashing.
Coach, it's all tied up. What should we do?
Okay, let's set up a solid income plan with great diversification and an intelligent withdrawal rate. Come on now, let's crunch those numbers and get that goal. For winning guidance with your retirement game plan, give the coaching staff at Claremont Financial Advisors a call to put together your winning play.
Now in front, shot, they score!
Hi, this is Hayden Mars with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to the Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
Between period summary here from the IRA Civic Center, brought to you by Anderson, Ophoven, Stauffer and Jan, and proudly serving clients in northern Minnesota since 1917. Oh, what do you got, Grant?
A lot more action on the rink than is on paper.
That's it, no question.
No scoring in the first for Grand Rapids. They did, however, get 3 penalties. Hayden DeMars for high sticking, Braden Holcomb for hooking, and Wyatt Pilkington for interference. The scoring in the first period for Warroad, Blake Norris gets his 13th goal, assisted from Sky Solig, and the only Warroad penalty in that period was number 39, Seja Norwegian from Warroad. So not a lot to report, but certainly a lot more action on the ice than on paper.
And if you look at shot attempts, Grand Rapids, according to Marv, 16 shot attempts to 12 for Warroad. So that the shots on goal may be a little bit not indicative of where the puck was all the time. Rapids had a lot of shots going wide.
Yeah, they did. And, I mean, Warroad's done a good job of keeping them to the outside. But I would say out of the 6 Grand Rapids shots, 3 to 4 have been grade A scoring chances.
Marv has them down for 4. And the between period summary brought to you by Anderson, Ophoven, Stauffer and Jan, proudly serving clients in northern Minnesota with the law office since 1917. We'll be back with the second period in a bit. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
Grand Rapids GM 55 new Chevy Equinox to choose from. Buy 2020 Chevy Equinox LT all-wheel drive courtesy transportation vehicle with an everyone price of $23,980. Or if you own a 2007 Chevy or newer, get a loyalty price of $23,230. See dealer for details. 2021 Silverado Crew Cab LT with all-star packages now $42,730. And new trucks are arriving daily. See the specials at GrandRapidsGM.com or stop in at Grand Rapids GM on Highway 169 South. Chevy, find new roads.
Your number 1 Grand Rapids Thunderhawk fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Itasca Reliable Insurance are a winning combination. They'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Itasca Reliable Insurance in Grand Rapids today. 326-8518.
When it comes to choosing a propane company, there's no settling for second best. Feral Gas is the propane provider that can give you the quality service you deserve. Whether you're using propane for your home, business, or farm, we are the dependable propane company that's been powering communities across the nation for 80 years. With 24/7 emergency service, flexible billing and delivery options, and a customer referral program that pays you back, it's no wonder why Feral Gas leads the pack. Call 1-800-450-5701 today and experience the Feral Gas advantage.
And here we go with second period action. Grand Rapids now going from right to left, and Warroad going from left to right. Puck into the Warroad zone.
Oop, wet puck.
As it's, you see, they should take a little longer between periods.
Let it set up.
Here's Pierce, shot. Pad saved by Orchard. I don't think he ever saw it. He was just down in the butterfly, hit his pad and went wide.
His reflexes have been superior in this game. There's no question about it.
Well, he made one of the nicest saves we've seen this high school season in the last 15 seconds on Easton Young.
Yeah, I would say arguably I've seen in a long time.
Okay. It was a whale of a save as Shagaby tries to bring it in. Puck dropped, ends up going to Foster, whose shot hits the skate and goes wide. Puck goes to the far side and just feathered in to down low. Thunderhawks looking to get it out. They will. As the puck slides down the ice, we'll have an icing call on the Thunderhawks. Faceoff will come back in the Thunderhawks zone. Just underway in the second period. Warroad leading 1-0.
Grand Rapids is going to have to do a little bit better job of supporting the puck. As Hunter got that puck, he had a little bit of time, but not much, and was able to chip it. There was no one coming through the middle and no wing going across to support.
As Grand Rapids sends out the second line, so does Warroad. Puck to the point, kept in, and flipped deep and past the side of the net, and Pilkington will cover it at the post.
Wyatt is really kind of battling that back wall. There's been some unfortunate bounces off of that back wall that keep coming out right out in front.
Kerr taking the draw again against Luke not Luke Johnson. He's on the wing against Warroad. That is number 8, Skolig. Puck at the half wall. Skolig pinches up against the boards. Referee says, "Move the puck, move the puck." Back when your dad was playing, that would have been a face-off by now.
Yeah.
As the puck comes outside the zone, so it's a delayed offside, and as Powassan touches it and applies some pressure, they'll whistle it and come back outside the zone.
Grand Rapids could really make it a lot easier on themselves getting out of the zone. Once they do move the puck to the wall, that middle of the ice is wide open, and there's just no one there coming through right now.
Face-off just outside the Grand Rapids blue line. As the puck squirts back into the Warroad zone, back to get it is Powassan. Powassan goes to his D, that is Carson Reed, and we're going to have a penalty called against Grand Rapids again in the corner, as applying the forecheck was Garrett Drotz, and now we'll have the penalty called. And that's probably the story of that first period, and now the early second period, as much as anything, is Grand Rapids skating shorthanded.
You know what, though? I'm seeing the game from a different perspective up here. That's a penalty, but that's hard to stomach as a coach because your kid's battling. You know what I mean? He wasn't behind the play lazy. I mean, that's a battle penalty, and the kid fell.
Shot tipped just wide off the faceoff, as it's a tripping call on Garrett Drotz. In Grand Rapids, they've given up one power play goal, and they need to kill another one here. Puck squirts out in front, and Peart takes it, moves it ahead to Del Greco. Del Greco tries to go wide. He's on the backhand against Reed, puts on the brakes.
Good job by Joey not throwing that puck and trying to battle with it down low. I do like Rapids' intensity here on the penalty kill, looking to possibly score a shorthander.
Minute 29 left as Del Greco intercepts it, gets it back to Bonner, and Bonner gets it into the Warroad zone. That was a nice interception by Del Greco. Just that's what good hands will do for you.
For sure.
Shagaby comes in, tries gets past one, does not get past Jack Peart. Now here's Reed down
There's that
low.
puck support I was talking about. He loses the puck. It ends up right on his buddy's stick.
Norris' shot goes wide. Now trying to go around behind the net is Shoggaby. Shoggaby, top of the circle,
Nice
back to Reed.
play.
Reed over to Norris. Norris finds Shoggaby backside shot.
Blocked.
And that's blocked nicely by Braden Holcomb. Now the puck comes back to the point to Reed. Reed. And the puck goes down the ice.
Good job by Braden Holcomb there, being in the shot lane, blocking that shot with Shoggaby. I mean, when he gets that puck, you got to be able to be in the lane, and Braden certainly was.
25 seconds left in the Garrett Drotz penalty. 1-0 Warroad here in period number 2. Puck shoveled toward the net. Sturl off the glass down the ice. That'll just about do it.
Something really small there that Pilkington did was not cover the puck, let it go, let his defenseman pick it up, and that'll burn the rest of the penalty kill for Grand Rapids.
And we're going to end up with an icing call with 2 seconds left. So this penalty basically over, and Grand Rapids with an offensive zone face-off as well as the penalty comes to an end.
Grand Rapids will have the opportunity to get back on offense now that they're getting their guy out of the bench and get back to what they were doing a little bit earlier in the period.
And Grand Rapids with the second line out there, so Drotz can just jump on the ice and be part of the action. As Drotz gets it just into the Warroad zone.
Here's a chance.
2-on-1. DeMars back to Drotz, who shoots it over the net. And that's been happening a lot tonight.
It has been, but I do like how Garrett Drotz didn't stick handle. I mean, he shot that puck right off the fly. He had probably a little bit more time and could have, Hayden could have attacked the front a little bit more, but, nice play by Garrett Drotz.
Now here's a chance coming forward is Luke Johnson. Johnson puts it out in front. Pilkington tries to cover it, goes past him, and now we've got a whistle. We'll see. There was a scrum behind the net, and it's just net off its moorings is the only reason for the whistle.
25, Eric Comstock, not the biggest guy on the ice, but he does a nice job at back on defense, moving the pucks up the ice, and slippery when wet. He's a little shifty out there.
Face-off will be to the right of goaltender Wyatt Pilkington. Shots on goal now 11-8, so Grand Rapids a good start to this second period, even with the penalty kill. As Peart moves it ahead to Bonner. Bonner chases it along with Peart. Peart will come up with it. Peart out front.
Beautiful play.
Henry Sturl can't quite put it past Orchard.
Good job by Henry Sturl going to the net there. And, I think that's what we got to see out of Jack a little bit more the rest of the game. Taking ownership of the team and skating that puck up the ice.
He did that time and able to get a great scoring chance. Faceoff will come in the Warroad zone.
You can see it when he comes around the net. He's finding another gear. I think that you're going to see some Jack Purdy electricity here pretty quick.
Pretty quick? I like that's almost a pun, Grant.
Yeah.
And there was a penalty called. I missed that. I got a penalty up on the board right now for Warroad. I did not see it. I did not see the signal. A high sticking call
on Norris.
So that not only is a power play for Grand Rapids, it also takes one of the better players off the ice.
Yeah, that's a
Warroad.
That's a good trade.
As Peart goes to Del Greco. Del Greco down low out front, and puck just off of the stick.
That play is
Bischoff.
That play is going to be there. Hunter has to get a titch higher and a little bit more towards Braden's right or left, and he'll put that in the net. That was an open play. That was a nice job.
Del Greco gains the line. Back to Peart.
Now they can attack.
Young back to Peart. One-timer. That hits traffic in front. Comes to the blue line. Peart able to keep that in. And goes the other way to Del Greco. Off his skate. Shot right on, and Pilkington has to turn that away.
Good job by Joey getting back and he was caught flat-footed there and was able to use his skating ability and get back.
Bischoff backhands it deep. Braden Holcomb goes after it. Carson Reed around the boards, kept in nicely by Del Greco.
Great play by Joey Del Greco, and that's easier said than done.
Oh, that was tough.
That was a hard play.
Now here's Morkway. Morkway to Young. Shot saved by Orchard.
And that's the same shot that went in on Wyatt Pilkington in the first period. And the difference was there was no one in front of of the Warroad goal in, Wyatt didn't have the ability to even see the puck. Heading to the same spot.
It was. Maybe a couple inches lower.
Yeah.
10:41 to go, second period. Still 1-0 Warroad. 38 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play here. Off the face-off. Puck is flipped out and down the ice. Giving chase is Luke Johnson. Sam Sturl will get there at about the same time. And Morquay comes away with it. Morquay. Red line, blue line. Shovels it in, Drotz, lets it go back to the point. Now here's Morquay. Now to Kerr, back to Morquay. And
it's a great play. Great play, nice save.
One-time blast going for the top corner.
Drotz, let it go back to the point.
Orchard. He has looked really good.
Morquay.
The Warroad,
back
he's
to
seeing the puck really well. He's following it really good.
It's a great play.
10 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play. Their power play this year at 34.5%. Out front and trying to stuff it on the short side was Drotz. Back to the point. Now Morquay. Penalty is over. Shot tipped just wide. Norris back on the ice. DeMars can't find it behind the net. Comes to Morquay. Morquay pinches in, keeps it down low. Comes to the point. Keeping it in is Kerr. Kerr, that hits the defense in front, and it'll come out to center. Sam Sturl off the boards. Grand Rapids trying to make some changes. They will. Warroad making changes as well.
That was a great shift by Garrett Drotz. He's having a heck of a game.
Well, and you love to see that, and he came out and was physical that shift even after being called for a penalty the time before.
Yeah, and maybe there's a little bit of I got to kind of make up for what I did, but he was competing when he got the penalty, and he hasn't taken his foot off the gas, so that's a good sign.
To the point, Kotlowski keeps it in for a moment. Now out comes Henry Sturl to Bonner. Bonner centering pass to Sturl.
That's got to be a penalty.
No penalty called. Sturl went down. They didn't call the penalty.
That's kind of the incidental contact. I mean, did the kid try to do it? No, he didn't, but it's a trip.
Peart put the puck out front and unable to pull the trigger on that was Henry Sturl. Now here's Wyatt Holcomb. Finds that was Easton Young in the high slot.
Nice pass by Wyatt Holcomb there. A lot of energy right now.
Now Young takes it back to Peart. His shot goes wide of the net. To the point, kept in by Young. Shot into the corner. Now again, that is Del Greco coming on. That's a save by Orchard.
Grand Rapids just has to keep doing what they're doing because they're making a push right now, and they're going to get rewarded for it.
Here's Peart. Peart at the blue line. Peart to the far side to Young. Young down low. Now here's Peart. Peart finding room in the middle of the ice. His shot hits the stick and goes high. Back to Young again. Young. Grand Rapids feels like they're still on the power play.
And they're doing a great job of controlling the puck, but hats off to Warroad being in shot lanes on elite players with pucks with Peart and Easton Young and Joey Del Greco.
Ahead to Braden Holcomb. Holcomb gets it back. Out front, Young in front. Rebound.
Big save.
Couple great saves by Orchard. Puck still loose.
Grand Rapids just has to keep doing what they're doing and working, and they will get rewarded because right now they're getting beat by a goalie.
In front, rebound.
Grand Rapids has taken over the lead in shots on goal at 14-12. And Warroad players know which side their bread's buttered on.
What they're doing
over,
and working, and they will
trying to get some
rewarded.
luck from Jack Orchard right now, their goaltender.
Yeah, that was 3 minutes of a swarm.
And Grand Rapids, I've seen it done before, but they were able to make a line change without ever losing possession of the puck.
Yeah, and when you can do that, that's big time because those Warroad defenders were quite tired.
Now out to center ice. Here comes Warroad. Putting on the brakes is Foster. That's blocked.
Ren Morquay.
To the point, partially fanned. Puck comes in front of the net. Kerr will stick handle behind the net. Tries to go past a player. That's taken off his stick. Now out to center. Here's Garrett Drotz. Drotz
hits the late guy. Nice
yes, he
play.
does. Looking for Kerr. Kerr slaps it toward the net. That's blocked. And out, not quite. Yes, it was to center. Ooh, that was close.
I liked the ref's first gut feeling. No, I don't think it came out.
Well, the ref was originally going good, and then put the hand up and blew it late.
Yeah,
it was. In fairness, we had a good look at it as well. It was within just an absolute shaving of ice, one way or the other. 6:39 to go. Warroad still leading 1-0. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone.
Grand Rapids is playing hockey right now. This is the Grand Rapids team we're accustomed to.
In his own zone and moving it ahead is Comstock. Comes to the Grand Rapids blue line. Henry Sturl finds a little bit of room. Sturl will backhand it deep into the zone. Comes to Orchard, and he'll cover it for the faceoff.
Good job by Henry Sturl getting it into the zone. You know, one thing that I think that needs to be pointed out, though, like in high school hockey, when he got that, if he moves that to the wall and comes up the ice, you're not having to dump the puck in. You're able to attack with possession, and that can go a long way and create a scoring chance rather than just a dump in on the ice.
I have no idea why this is coming outside the zone. Do you have an idea?
I have no clue either.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm just not dumb.
Did they have an offside?
That's the only thing that you could possibly think of, and I didn't think it was that close. Puck shot into the Warroad zone off the faceoff as Bonner plays it back to Peart.
Good quick shot.
Gets a shot on net. Sturl tries the forecheck. Comes to the blue line. Peart turns. Tries to stick handle through. Nice job by Solig to take that off his stick. And the puck still at the Warroad blue line. Comes back to Peart again, and Peart, quick little backhand pass, tries to move it ahead. That'll go all the way down for icing.
So that right there is a great opportunity. Easton Young and Jack make a really nice play. The defenseman is tight on John Bonner on the left side of the ice. If John feels that, he can pivot out, pull out, and that's when you stretch, and that's where that breakaway would have been there. It's just feeling that pressure and knowing where that offside defenseman is.
That face-off won by Warroad, kept in at the point. Back behind the net is Morquay. Comes to Holcomb on the half wall, fighting for it. And Holcomb will come away with it. Holcomb just lays it out at center. Lets Bischoff go after it. Bischoff, hard work, gets a shot on net, and Orchard will cover it for the face-off.
For the dynamic of the game, it's important that Grand Rapids keeps the pressure on, keep doing what they're doing, because they had that big 7-minute push where they weren't able to get anything out of it. And, you know, in hockey games, in the flow of the game, that's what Warroad's looking for. They know Rapids is going to push. Can they survive it, which they did? But if Grand Rapids can keep it going the rest of the period here, I think they'll pop one.
Del Greco partially wins the draw, but it's picked up by Foster, who comes out to center. Gains the Rapids blue line behind the net. Peart picks it up. Peart forecheck by Foster. Back behind the net, and it goes to Norwegian on the half wall. Norwegian gets it back to Norris. Norris shot right on, and that time Pilkington saw it all the way, and it's an easy save.
Blake Norris does a really good job of getting everything on net. He rarely bails out to the dump in. He does do a good job of getting pucks on net, which is why he probably has 13 goals.
4:46 to go. Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital bring you the scoreboard. They are the official sports medicine provider of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Shagaby and Kerr going at the draw. That's won by Shagaby. Norris gets it, tries to center it, and trying to stuff it home on the short side. And that was the winger on the other side of that line. Or was that Norwegian pounding away at it?
I think it was Norwegian.
Shagaby taking the draw again.
Shagaby really tries to finesse that draw. It worked on the first time, and this time he lost the battle to Kerr.
Kerr will put it in deep. Going after it is DeMars. Drots back there as well. Kept in momentarily by Drots. Now it comes out to center. Norwegian will shoot it deep into the Grand Rapids zone. Peart back to get it. Peart surveys the lay of the land. Backhand pass to Easton Young. Young Off the wall, gets out to center, giving chase is Drotz. Getting there first is Kotlowski. DeMars.
Hayden's got to get that low there and keep the pressure on.
Now here's Shagaby with a little bit of room. Shagaby puts on the brakes, finds the second guy who scores. That is Soleg. Sky Soleg makes it 8-0 or 2-0. Number 8. And that's the second guy, or the third guy actually in the rush.
The late guy
coming in.
That's a heck of a hockey play there by Shagaby. He just shut her down and waited for them to come into that opening and right in the middle. That's a really high-end play.
Makes it 2-0 Warroad, and that's disheartening for Grand Rapids, like you said, after that push, and that kind of takes the air out a little bit.
Yeah. They just got to respond, though. That's adversity, and that's one thing they just got to power through and get back to work. Grand Rapids certainly has the ability to tie this thing up before the period ends.
3:44 to go, and it is 2-0 Warroad on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. So we know the one assist will certainly be Shagaby. Goal goes to Soleg. Not sure if there's a second assist. Were you able to hear it?
I did not.
Okay, we'll pick it up.
I do think it was from the left defenseman because that's who poked it off the stick.
Off the faceoff, working deep is Del Greco. Del Greco finds a little bit of room. Joey finds room. Shot and out front. Blocked at the defense. Another shot blocked at the defense and cleared down the ice. We'll have an icing call.
You know, Joey does an outstanding job of getting the puck, carrying it to the middle, shakes a guy, takes it into the middle, and then he decides to step wide with it. If he would have shot that right off of the bat, I'm wondering if it's in the back of the net, because you're bringing the goalie all the way across already rather than letting him set up and taking your angle away.
Face off to the left of Orchard, who has played one whale of a game. The percentage of high-quality shots that he's faced is amazing.
It is, and he's answered the bell.
Shot by Peart.
Something tells me that he's not out of the woods yet.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's made all the saves he needs to make. And now the puck squirts out to center. That was within a step of being disastrous, but Grand Rapids able to control it. Now here's Holcomb. Holcomb puts it in deep. Comes up the wall, down the ice. That'll be an icing call on Warroad. 2:40 to go. 2:39 now as the whistle goes. 2-0 Warroad on the Grand Itasca scoreboard.
Warroad, you know, they've taken it. Grand Rapids hasn't had a lot of turnovers, but the ones that they've had, Warroad's done a really good job of taking advantage of it.
Face-off will be to the right of goaltender Jack Orchard. Comes back to Morquay. Morquay shovels it deep. Now here's Kerr. Kerr plays it back to the point to Sam Sturl. That shot. Don't know if Orchard had a great look at that one, but it goes wide. Working behind the net, Blaine Mortensen getting his first shift as shot goes wide. Another shot on, and a blocker save, and covering it is Orchard. Will have another face-off.
Grand Rapids needs to finish this period in the Warroad zone and really put the pressure on. They got to try to at least get one this period. That'd be a huge boost.
It would be a huge boost in the last couple minutes here. 2-0 Warroad. 2:12 to go, second period. Del Greco. Puck goes to the wall, now back to the point. Bischoff finds Peart. Peart shot right on, and he's flipping everything at the net right now.
He is. He's looking for one.
As Blake Norris able to settle that down. Shagaby can't control it, and the puck shot deep into the Warroad zone. Norris again backhands it up the wall, relayed out to center. Bischoff has to hurry back, clips it off the wall to Peart. Peart's backhand doesn't get out. Now coming in, and a shot goes just wide of the net.
Good job by Hunter Bischoff.
Bischoff moves it ahead to Holcomb. Holcomb shot right on, and Orchard calmly takes care of that. Face-off will be in the Warroad zone. to the left of goaltender Jack Orchard. 1:23 to go, second period action.
You know, Jack is throwing a lot of pucks on net and not a lot of second or third opportunities at him. Grand Rapids needs to get a few more guys in front. A little bit better puck support.
Off the face-off. Puck still not clean control, and now it'll finally be taken over by Carson Reed. Reed puts it behind the net for Warroad, tipped out to center. And Morquay getting back there just in time. Puck comes to the blue line, not out, as flipping it toward the net was Luke Erickson. Now the Thunderhawks
Here's a rush.
with Drotz. Drotz has DeMars going with him. Drotz long shot, hits a stick and goes wide. And now just watching as the puck shot down the ice, we'll have an icing call.
Waved it off.
Oh, waved it off. No icing call there as Morquay moves it ahead. DeMars gets to it. Tries to cut toward the net. Puck comes out, and that hit the wrong side of the stick on Orchard. Bounced back into his pads, but he covers it. So just watching that rush where Drotz was coming down the left side, DeMars down the middle, is that just doing everything right up to the line of interference there just to try to slow Hayden down?
Yeah, I would say he was on the line. I thought he did a really good job of it. One thing that I think that Hayden can do is just power right by him.
Yeah.
You know, take a step.
And go to the side.
Little, yeah. It was borderline interference, but it was a nice play.
As the puck goes to the point, kept down low. Now, as Bischoff can't control it, comes back to the point. Peart trying to keep it in. Still right at the blue line with 10 seconds left. And now it squirts out. Here's Shagaby. Shagaby with a little bit of room. Nice job by Easton Young coming over to shut that down. And the buzzer goes, and the period comes to an end. It's another goal for Warroad in the second as we head to the third. Warroad leading 2-0. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Nooch's in the Corner is your go-to for full-service gas fill-ups, propane, and U-Haul services. But they also carry one of the best outbuildings in the market in Old Hickory buildings and sheds with many different floor plans and styles to choose from. With 20% down, you can lock in the price to avoid any price increases and be delivered in the spring. They also feature a 5-year warranty, a low-price guarantee, and even offer free delivery. Custom order yours today. Visit Nooch's for more info. It's not just any old building, it's an Old Hickory building.
When you need to find a part at a price that's right, that red and blue sign is just within sight. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Stay moving this winter. CarQuest now has the full line of Die-Hard batteries. Choose from 4 different levels of power. Die-Hard batteries have many sizes, and CarQuest will help you receive the right fit for your vehicle. Fully charged and ready to go. Stop in today. Great prices at CarQuest Grand Rapids.
Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Ray's Marine is a 4th-generation business that has been serving the Northland for almost 50 years. Their passionate and experienced sales staff can help you make the right decision when choosing a new boat or pontoon for your family. Whether you're looking for a Lund, Crestliner, Bennington, Mercury, Yamaha, or Honda, Ray's Marine has the boat and motor you're looking for. Visit them on Highway 2 East or reach them by clicking on the text button at raysmarine.com. Ray's Sport and Marine, when your passion is the water.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
At Jimmy John's, we want your sandwich to arrive freaky fast, so it's freaky fresh. So we only deliver within 5 minutes of our stores, and not farther. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. 5 minutes is not a guaranteed delivery time. Actual delivery times will vary.
First American Title Insurance is here for you. Their local office, Itasca County Abstract Company, has provided service for more than 75 years. They can help with title insurance, real estate title certificates, abstract services, and escrow services. They are a proud and long-standing supporter of Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Athletics. Itasca County Abstract Company, a First American Title Insurance member, located in downtown Grand Rapids.
Hi, I'm Bob Zahn, one of your Grand Rapids Edward Jones financial advisors. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Sports on J105. Call any of our Grand Rapids Edward Jones offices for any of your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Hey, this is Hunter Bischoff with the Thunderhawk hockey team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
Back at the IRA Civic Center, it is 2-0 Warroad after 2 periods of play, and for the Thunderhawks, they did a lot of things right that period. Outshot Warroad by a significant amount, take over the lead in shots on goal and certainly in chances, but they weren't rewarded.
No, they weren't rewarded, and, hats off to the Warroad goaltender. He made a lot of beautiful saves there that are normally goals. Grand Rapids did do a really good job. They sustained their forecheck for probably a good 9 minutes of that period where it was complete domination in the Warroad end by Grand Rapids, and good individual efforts by Joey Del Greco and Garrett Drotz looking really good. And those, I think if they keep coming out with the good attitude and the attitude that they're gonna take this one, they're gonna be right back into it. And one thing that I think needs to be pointed out is this is a playoff mentality game for Grand Rapids with a lot of things on the line. And right. Granted, regular season games are about development and getting ready for the end of the year, but there's a few of them you kind of have to win, and this is one of them.
It'll take a comeback. Grand Rapids trails 2-0. We'll take a break, come back with our between period summary. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
If you're looking for an experienced and professional attorney in the Grand Rapids area, look no further than Sturl Law Office. Attorney Chad B. Sturl has over 22 years of legal expertise in dealing with criminal defense, family law, DUI, DWI, and many other legal practices. Let him help you through a stressful time by taking care of the legal logistics and delivering expert legal support. Call 218-326-9646 to schedule an appointment. Chad Sturl at Sturl Law Office, a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Hockey.
Every second, 127 new devices connect to the internet. You can feel it happening. We're entering a whole new era of technology, and Mediacom will be ready to power it with one of the nation's first supercharged 10G platforms. We'll be bringing you more speed, more capacity, more security, and the power to do more than you ever dreamed possible. Visit 10g.mediacomcable.com to learn more.
Hey, Max here with Dollar Ford. Here's the deal. Rod, I see everybody coming in for the Works program. How much does that cost? $40. $40? I can't even get a pair of jeans for $40.
Yep.
I filled my tank. That was more than $40.
Yep.
Rod, I heard your wife's haircut's even more than $40.
Yep.
So you're telling me you can come in, we'll change your oil, rotate the tires, inspect that thing, and even wash it for $40?
Yep.
Ha! Call or just stop on by Quick Lane at Dollar Ford in Rapids.
Here at Sammy's, we're already preparing for your Thunderhawk hockey post-game celebration traditions. Our newly renovated tavern seating area provides plenty of space to dine in safely with family and friends. Rather take the party home? We also offer delivery or curbside to-go options. Stop by our place at 802 South Pekegama Avenue. Don't forget to ask for Seth. Or visit Sammy'sPizzaGrandRapids.com to start your celebrations today.
Deanna Jagger of Edge of the Wilderness Realty is looking forward to building new relationships and assisting buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. She's built a strong professional reputation based on her reliability and personal approach to customer service and is ready to help you buy or sell your next home. Call Deanna at 218-259-2114 or visit EOWRealty.com.
A lot in 2020 at Affinity Plus. We know we can help you manage your finances in all sorts of different ways. This is Ann Cates, branch manager. I'm excited to share our branch lobby is open again, but things will look a little bit different. We're asking you to continue to take
And Joey
all
finds room, shot, and out front, blocked at the defense, another shot blocked at the defense, and cleared down the ice. We'll have an icing call.
Available to you. And our debit and credit cards now offer that
Joey does
contactless payment. To understand more ways we've made baking better, visit us at affinityplus.org, insured by NCUA.
And keep the pressure on.
Now here's Shagaby with a little bit of room. Shagaby puts on the brake, finds the second guy who scores. That is Soleg. Soleg makes it 8-0. Dentistry, they've been practicing dentistry for over 40 years in Grand Rapids. In front, rebound.
Big save.
Couple great saves by Orchard. Puck still loose. What do you got, Grant?
Grand Rapids just has to keep doing what they're doing and working, and they will get rewarded. Not a lot to report on the score sheet. Drotz with the solo penalty for Grand Rapids for tripping midway through the period, and the lone goal scored by Sky Solig, assisted by Shagaby and Foster. Norris getting a high sticking penalty earlier in that period as well. I think we got a comment on the goal by Warroad. Outstanding high end play by Shagaby to hit the late guy in Solig coming down the slot. Well executed play.
And Grand Rapids out shooting Warroad 15-5 in the period and go down one more goal. It's just, and it looked like, you know, they can recharge here between periods, but that did take a little of the sap out of the legs when Warroad scored that goal. It looked like to me.
Yeah, I would. It's disheartening, that's for sure, especially when you work so hard for such a long period of time and you don't get rewarded for it. And I think right now it comes down to mental toughness and how you're going to respond in the third, and in just all the different little cliches that you can say, but they matter. And I think that you really gotta, you got to just keep the foot on the pedal and keep going.
Between period summary brought to you by Dr. Lee Jess Dentistry. They've been practicing dentistry in Grand Rapids for over 40 years. They proudly support the Grand Rapids Thunderhawk hockey team and wishing them a great season. One more break, third period coming up. Warroad leads 2-0. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, Northern Minnesota's John Deere dealer, is a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Sports. With winter in full swing, Northland features a full line of open station and cab tractors, blowers, pushes, and blades. You'll move heavy snow with ease with your John Deere. Looking for an ATV? Northland sells the famous Gator. You'll also find Arctic Cat Flow and Honda Power equipment. Whether it's sales, parts, or service, at Northland we're always ready to help. Stop by and test drive your new tractor or Gator at Northland Sport and Equipment, formerly Pekegama Lawn and Sport, just 2 miles south of Grand Rapids on Highway 169.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness. Came in dripping. With just the right amount of jalapeno heat. Where my peppers at? Oh yeah, right here in the queso. Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6. Remix! Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better. Never enough queso.
When it comes to real estate, you want Coldwell Banker Northwoods Realty on your team. Locally grown and family owned since 1947. Their full service agency of professional realtors will put their decades of knowledge, experience, and proven results to work for you. You can trust Itasca's real estate leader to provide exceptional service and expertise. Call Coldwell Banker Northwoods Realty in Grand Rapids at 326-3455 or find them online at coldwellbankernorthwoods.com. Proud to support Grand Rapids Hockey.
Hi, I'm Kurt Werner, Executive Vice President of Woodland Bank. As a small business owner, do you understand your business's cash flow cycle? Sometimes understanding the volume and timing of your business cash flow can be critical to keeping your business operating smoothly. We're always here for you. Schedule an appointment with us today. Talk more about your business. Woodland Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Any home can be improved by better Wi-Fi. GigaZone Blast Wi-Fi from Paul Bunyan Communications provides a reliable signal throughout your home, enhanced by an array of features. Featuring Wi-Fi 6 certified technology, it's the world's most powerful Wi-Fi. And our GigaZone app lets you monitor network performance, access parental controls, and more. Improve your home with GigaZone Blast Wi-Fi. Call or click paulbunyan.net to learn more.
Third period action as we get started off the face-off. Warroad will flip it into the Grand Rapids zone, and we'll have a quick icing call 2-0 Warroad as we start period 3. And this game brought to you in part by Grand Rapids State Bank, Donlinger Ford, Feral Gas, Grand Rapids Dental Care, CarQuest, and Paul Bunyan Communications. Face off in the Warroad zone to the left of goaltender Jack Orchard, who has had a whale of a game.
He really has.
And we'll have another icing call. We're going to be here till 5:30 if we go this way.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is a little bit of, obviously there are some errant passes there, but I'm wondering if that's going to be Warroad's plan here to come out here and try to slow things down and get the red line, dump it in, not be afraid to take whistles, and see if they can kind of slow Rapids down a little bit after that second period.
Face off to the right now of Orchard, as Del Greco tries to find it, almost did, and then it's taken away by Norris. Norris, long shot right on. Pilkington will trap it against the chest protector, and we'll have our third face-off in 25 seconds.
Yeah, we could be here till 5:30.
2 icings and then a frozen puck, so it's like, yeah, okay. I think we'll get some flow a little later.
I think it's coming.
Of course, if you get this many whistles, these same 5 guys could skate the whole period.
That's true. That'll really help Jack Pert out.
As a shot sliding wide, and Pilkington kicks it into the corner, and now Peart finds Easton Young. Young continues to go in. His shot hits Norris's skate and goes wide. Rebounds to the point. Puck comes back. Nice job by Easton Young. And that's tipped by Drotz, and a great save by Orchard. Tipped down into the corner, and Orchard able to keep the pad out there and keep it on. Out to center ice. Here come the Warriors as Shagaby flips it ahead. Boy, you just don't. That hand-eye coordination you can't teach.
No, he's got a silky set of mitts. There's no question about it.
Tipped into the Warroad zone by Braden Holcomb as the Thunderhawks looking to make some changes. They get 2 different defensemen out, and you mentioned it when we were off air. They have skated 4 defensemen this entire game. Sky Solig, who has a goal and an assist tonight, he is really the star of the show in some ways.
Yeah, no question. Sky's had a really good game, and Grand Rapids is, like they're getting heavy pressured, and when you play 4D, it's a tiresome match.
As the puck comes across the line, Thunderhawks will get it back out to center. Bonner just a step late getting to it. Comes to Luke Erickson, and Luke Erickson flips it in. Here's Sturl. Sturl pass ahead to Bonner. Bonner finds Henry Sturl. Sturl back to Bonner, chases it in on the half wall, flips it toward the net, tipped into the netting, and we'll have a face-off in the Warroad zone.
See, and if you're Grand Rapids, that's a 3-on-2 rush. You got to get something more out of that, a little bit more.
And Grand Rapids will make defensive changes, and right now it looks to me like Coach Chido is trying to keep those defensive shifts shorter than he did in the second period.
They are getting quick.
I like that. I actually like that because I thought Grand Rapids defense looked tired towards the end of the period. You're going to skate 4, you better take them in short chunks. Off the face-off, Warroad tries to get it out to center. Goes off Peart's skate. Peart gets it back in his own zone. Peart looks for a little bit of room. Feathers it ahead, a little saucer pass to Easton Young. Easton Young drives to the net. Sturl can't quite get a stick on it. And the puck shot down the ice, and we'll have an icing call on Warroad. And I think that is what you see with the Warroad Warriors. You mentioned the icing calls, but they are... If there's nothing real obvious, it's just like, let's regroup and play again.
100% right. I mean, I think that's what the plan is right now, is we'll take the face-off and we'll live to fight another day.
Off the face-off, Drotz gets it back to Peart. Peart to Del Greco. Del Greco with some room. That shot goes wide as Del Greco is being taken down. Puck tipped right in front. Was that Drotz getting his stick on that?
I believe it was. And there you see it again, icing and just getting it out of play. Now, I understand this approach by Warroad, but this can also bite you quickly. Well, it's kind of playing on your heels.
And you end up with a lot of defensive zone face-off from the Warroad perspective, and you can develop scoring chances off of those.
For sure.
And we will see if this is a little bit of a line shuffle. And Coach Chido said he might be shuffling lines as we got into periods 2 and 3. He has Del Greco out centering Drotz and Kerr right now. Here's Easton Young. Young, slap shot, hits a stick and goes wide. Back to Peart. Peart tries to get it back down low, taken over. And here's Carson Reed. Reed goes to his backhand. Peart cuts him off. Now here's Del Greco. Del Greco goes up the side, tries to fight his way in, backhands it, gets it on net, and Orchard will make the save and hold on.
Nice play there by Joey, driving the net with the puck and getting something, and at worst, it's an in-zone faceoff.
And now, coming out, this will be Bischoff, Braden Holcomb,
Mortensen.
And Blaine Mortensen. So that's a line combo I haven't seen this year.
Blaine Mortensen making his body felt, his presence felt there with the body, and Hunter Shepard. And that's one thing I've seen from Grand Rapids here. They're starting to throw in the body a little bit.
Holcomb moves it ahead, but it's taken off his stick. And here's Powassan. Powassan shoots it back into the Thunderhawk zone, and we'll have an icing call.
And another finished body check there by Braden Holcomb. And I think that Grand Rapids is starting to this could be a positive for them, finishing their checks and staying on the pedal.
Also bringing you tonight's game, Grand Rapids General Motors, Edward Jones, Ray Sport and Marine, Itasca Reliable Insurance, and Edge of the Wilderness Realty. Here's Holcomb to take the draw. Gets it back to the point to Sam Sturl. Sturl looking for room. Shot gets through right on. And Orchard there to make the save. And we'll have another face-off in the Warroad zone. Warroad leads 2-0, 12:40 to go. Period number 3.
I think Grand Rapids needs to keep getting pucks back to the points and just trying to get a dirty one in front.
That's exactly what Holcomb was trying to do. Couldn't quite get it with his skate. As now here's Bischoff behind the net. Bischoff, and that was Ren Morquay, who was flying in looking for the high slot from his defensive spot. And the Thunderhawks, that's a way to get an odd man situation inside the zone.
Good job by Sam Sturl keeping that puck in. If that would have bounced by, that could have been a 3-on-1.
And Hunter Bischoff using all of his 6'1" frame, going up and keeping it in. Out front, and Holcomb can't deliver. Now Morquay down low, finds Braden Holcomb. Holcomb back to Sturl. Sturl, shot, hits the traffic in front. Bonner's shot. I think that got through and a pad save. Morquay flips it toward the net. That's blocked. The traffic, this one down the ice. This one won't go far enough for icing.
That's another block shot by Warroad.
Pilkington tries to move it ahead. He was looking to catch Warroad on the change. Couldn't quite do it as Sam Sturl. Now in the zone, here's Henry Sturl. Leaves it for Easton Young. Young. Far side goes to Bonner. Bonner, shot from Easton Young. Orchard with the save. Grand Rapids now leads in shots 29-16, but they haven't been able to solve the Orchard code.
No, they have not. He has definitely stifled them for sure.
Peart off the boards, finds DeMars. DeMars shot, saved by Orchard. That was a next level pass as well by Jack Peart.
We're going to have a penalty here on Warroad.
As Grand Rapids will go on the power play, but Jack Peart able to find the angle off the wall to send Hayden DeMars in.
Yeah, you should be a pool player.
Exactly right. 11:03 and Grand Rapids a power play key part of this game. Grand Rapids trailing 2-0. Chad Sturl, attorney at law, the Motor Shop, Deerwood Bank, and Itasca Abstract Company also bringing you this game. Pierce, shot, goal! Jack Peart picks the top corner.
That's a big-time goal at a super opportunistic time for Jack to get him back on the board, and now we got a whole new ball game with 11 minutes to go.
3 seconds into the power play, and Orchard might have been screened a little bit. I don't know. You talked about that first goal from Norris, finding that little window in the top of the net. Same spot.
And it was a great opportunity with traffic in front off of the faceoff. Jack does a good job, and you got to have a shoot first mentality, and he found it right there.
So Jack Beard puts in his fourth goal of the year. Peart from Del Greco. I didn't hear was there another assist or not? That should have been it, because it was off the face-off. Del Greco back to Peart, moved to the center of the ice, and then found the top corner. Puck, centering pass dangerously to Norwegian, went through him.
It appears now that Warroad is going away from the dump and chase and now getting a little bit more offensive.
Well, and sometimes people say how hard a 2-goal lead is to keep, and some of that is because if you play differently, it's going to be hard to keep it.
I agree with you 100%. I think that's why that sit back on your heels thing and slow it down, it just doesn't work, because like I said, you're hanging on and you're not playing to win. You're playing to, not lose at that point.
10:04 to go, 2-1 at Warroad, but we have a new ball game with the Jack Peart goal on the power play, finally getting Grand Rapids on the sheet. Shot that goes well high, and I don't know if anyone tipped it. They did not. That faceoff will come outside the zone.
Straight out, yeah.
I think it was bouncing a little bit on edge, and Sturl just got under it.
That power play goal happened so fast, I didn't even get what the penalty on Warroad was for.
I did not either. We'll see. Our friend Marv, who's keeping the live score sheet, maybe will help us out here. What do you think?
Slashing.
A slashing to Nelson Cole. Off the faceoff, Solig fights for it in his own zone. Holcomb tries to backhand it to the point, but it'll come outside the zone to Morquay. Long shot in on Orchard, who makes the save. Puck comes to Bischoff at the point. Sturl back to Bischoff at the half wall. Bischoff back to Sturl. Sam Sturl flips it toward the net, goes off the glove, I think, of Holcomb, and on net on Orchard. Now here's Reed. Carson Reed gets it outside the zone, and here's Solik. Solik flips it ahead. That'll go behind the net. Giving chase is Erickson as well. Morquay comes away with it for the Thunderhawks. Off the board up to Bonner. Putting on the brakes is Hunter Bischoff. Henry Sturl can't control it. Puck still deep in the zone. Sturl tried to kick it back to the point. Unable to do that. Needs to take some soccer lessons possibly. Now Norris. Deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Comes back at the circle. Norris. As DeMars tries to get it outside the zone, he'll get it outside the zone, unable to go any farther, and back into the zone comes Matt Hart.
So you're seeing Warroad definitely try to make plays right now. They're not getting over the red and dumping it in. They're trying to make plays.
Which is how they played the first two periods.
And how they had success.
Now here's Peart. Peart comes in, tried a last-second pass to DeMars that was blocked. Out to center, and Peart there as well. He'll leave it for Easton Young. 8:06 to go in the game, and Grand Rapids trailing 2-1. Peart, goal scorer for the Thunderhawks. Drop it back to Young, and Young's shot tried to adjust his body but got under it and shot it into the netting.
Beautiful play by Jack Peart and Easton Young there. Once again, a Warroad guy is in the lane. I got to believe they have close to, I would say, 24, 25 block shots tonight.
It's very high, and Grand Rapids has also shot quite a few wide.
Yeah, they have, and over the net.
Del Greco to take the draw. And Del Greco, that is the line combination right now, with Del Greco out there with Drotz and J.J. Kerr. Now here's a chance and a goal for Sagan Norwegian. Warroad goes up 3-1. got into the slot and beat Pilkington low on the glove side.
Nice play by Sage Norwegian. He instead of shooting it right away, he had a little bit more patience to take another step and was able to put her low glove, like you said.
So for the Thunderhawks now, back to that 2-goal advantage for Warroad. And now here's Del Greco. Del Greco coming in, tries to go in front of the net, taking off the puck.
Good response by Grand Rapids there. They're not going to go down without a fight.
7:20 to go. Rapids now trails by 2. Thunderhawks take it over with Del Greco. Del Greco leads the rush through center. Gains the blue line, tips it to himself, stops in the corner. Plays it back to the point. Nice job by Morquay to keep it in. Shot, goal! Oh, Ren Morquay picks the top corner. Blocker side, and it's 3-2.
Big time, and that's 2 shots from the point with traffic in front, and that's what I think they need to do is keep getting shots from the point, getting the greasy ones, and the pucks are finding their way through.
Del Greco's going to get another assist.
Excellent job by Joey Del Greco.
He had a whale of a shift coming off of that third goal. Had a great chance in front that he created, and then sets up Morquay for the second goal. Holcomb to take the draw. He wins it back to Easton Young. Young to Peart. Peart moves the puck through center. Peart was one step away from getting in. Centering pass goes all the way across. Holcomb throws it at the net. That's blocked. Behind the net, Peart says, I'm just going to stay here and play forward for a bit. Now he'll get back to the point. Leave it for Easton Young. Young flips it behind the net. Comes to Bischoff. Bischoff fights it back to the point to Peart. Peart finds Young. His shot bounces, goes past Hendrickson. Back to the point again to Peart. Peart throws it at the net. That's blocked in front. And the puck shot down the ice. We'll have an icing call on Warroad. 6:14 to go. 3-2. Warroad with the lead.
That second goal is a character goal because when they got down 3-1, there was no pouting. Joey Del Greco gets a great opportunity right off of the face-off after the goal and continues on with the shift to make a play to Ren Morquay for a big goal. And that's a good character test.
And for Morquay, his 3rd goal of the season. Joey Del Greco with his 6th and 7th assist. You know, the puck hasn't been going in for him, but you set up some nice goals. That has to help.
Absolutely.
As Bonner will get it out to DeMars. DeMars pushes it ahead for Sturl. Sturl gives chase. Matt Hard there. Now DeMars right in front. And the backhand shot. And Orchard had to be careful with that. Don't go anywhere. This game far from over.
Grand Rapids is definitely making another push right now. They're getting hungry. They're putting the pressure on for sure. Shooting 2-1 right now.
Yeah, do you remember that Warroad outshot Grand Rapids in the first period? Seemed like a long time ago. Shot goal off the face-offward side! And that was J.J. Kerr.
Right off
snapped it home off the draw.
Right off of the face-off.
Del Greco get another assist.
Yeah, he will.
And we're all tied at 3, 5:46 to go.
Be curious to see if Warroad calls a timeout here right now. Grand Rapids has had a boatload of momentum since the second period other than the timely goals by Warroad. But not much Warroad offense other than those.
Yeah, they have certainly capitalized on their opportunities tonight or this afternoon, and we are all tied at 3. Now here's Del Greco. Del Greco, he's got legs tonight. Del Greco coming in, shot, save, rebound comes in as Kerr looking for his second, couldn't quite get it. Back to the point to Sam Sturl. Sturl shot right on, rebound in front, and you know, for as absolutely dead solid as Orchard looked through the first 2.5 periods, you know, I think a couple of those goals maybe getting to him. He's fighting the puck a little bit more right now.
A little bit, yeah, I think he is. I also think Grand Rapids is coming in waves right now. I mean, we talked about it. The puck goes to the wall. They have great center support, a nice bump to Joey, and it can attack with full speed.
Holcomb taking the draw. Off the face-off, Henriksen takes it away for a moment, and Henriksen, he's made his presence felt. He's earned his way onto, I don't know whether we're going to call this the first or the second line right now.
Yeah, I think it's resting, spot shifting guys, you know, and just trying to keep guys fresh.
But certainly the lines have shifted, and now Holcomb, Bischoff, and Henriksen have been out. I think the last 3 shifts this line has been together.
Well, it's working, so.
Yeah, and as a shot right on, Easton Young, Orchard thought it was behind him.
I think you're right. I think he is fighting it a little bit because he wasn't out of position much, and he was out on that one.
And he looked behind him as the puck slides across the crease. Now a shot into the zone by Luke Johnson. Comes outside the zone. Bischoff digs it out off of the wall and comes to the center. Bischoff has the puck poked off his stick. Thunderhawks making some quick changes. Sturl gets it to Morquay. Morquay scored the second Grand Rapids goal tonight. 4:09 to go, tied at 3 on the Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital scoreboard. Hit the 4-minute mark. Back to get it is Morquay. Morquay keeps sliding and goes ahead. Shot, hits a skate and goes wide. DeMars. Henry Sturl tries to get it out front. Fights past Carson Reed check. Back to the point to Morquay. Morquay throws it on net. Blocker saved by Orchard. 3:37 to go. Back to Sturl. Sturl ahead to Bonner. Bonner has DeMars going with him. Tried a little backhand pass that didn't connect. We'll have an icing call on Warroad. Tied at 3. 3:23 to go.
I think Grand Rapids has to stick to the game plan. Keep getting those shots from the point, and good things are going to happen. I think we're going to see a lot of Joey Del Greco and Jack Hurt here in the last 3 minutes of this game.
Don't doubt it. Jimmy John's, Roth RV, Sammy's Pizza, Woodland Bank also bringing you tonight's game. Off the face-off, Del Greco slaps it toward the net. Hit something and went wide. Might have been Orchard. Not sure if it got all the way through. Shots on goal says the scoreboard 40-17 now. Shot right on. That's turned aside.
Joey Del Greco definitely has found another gear.
Yes, he has. Puck played past Peart out to center, and Foster now finds it again. Anthony Foster has Shoggaby in front. Couldn't get him the puck.
I'm glad that the hook wasn't called there. That was a little hook, but let this one play out.
I think you're going to have to earn your penalty, but don't take advantage of that, right? Because they'll still blow it. Puck squirts out and rolls down the ice. Warroad in their own zone with Norris. 2:30 to go. Tied at 3. Puck tips into the Grand Rapids zone.
That was an icing. That should have been an icing. He was on the wrong side of the red line to tip it in, and I'm not sure why that wasn't.
Unless they said Rapids tipped it.
No, it definitely went off of 8 stick. Solig stick.
Tied at 3. Well, I was just saying that's the only way you don't call it, right?
Oh, yeah.
As the puck now in the Warroad zone, Henriksen provides support, goes behind the net. Henriksen fighting with Reed, tries to come out to the near side. Warroad gets outside the zone with Erickson. Erickson into the Grand Rapids zone. Long pass ahead, partial breakaway for Holcomb. Comes in. Rebound! Oh my! How did Bischoff not score on that? Orchard got a piece of equipment on it somewhere.
I think it hit his stick paddle or his stick knob.
I think you're right. Bischoff looked like he had a mostly open net to put this for the first Grand Rapids lead.
That's the second game-stealing save that he's made.
As the puck up and comes towards us and lands in the bleachers. 3-3, 1:12 to go.
Those were 2 wide open nets that somehow Orchard got back at and was able to make the save. Outstanding. I mean, right now in a vacuum world, it's 5-3.
Yes. No question. 43-17 now, shots on goal. Tied at 3 on the Grand Itasca scoreboard. I don't think Del Greco's lost a draw this period.
No, he's on a new level this period for sure.
Drotz tries to get it in front. It does come out front. No room for Kerr. He just puts it into the corner. Behind the net, Kerr fighting for it there with Norris. Norris takes Kerr into the boards. Kerr will come away with the puck anyways. Out front, shot, goal!
Drotz.
Garrett Drotz with 46 seconds left gives Grand Rapids a 4-3 lead.
Unbelievable game.
Wow.
Unbelievable game. Outstanding job by J.J. Kerr coming out of that corner with that puck and then taking it to the net. That's the key. He took it to the net. He didn't go for a skate on the perimeter. He took it to the net, and Drotz came right down the slot and was able to put it in.
Oh, my. And, you talked in the early second period, I think, that Rapids needs to win more board battles. That was a board battle that J.J. Kerr was able to win against their best defenseman, Norris.
And it was 1-on-2. There was two Warroad guys in there, and J.J. Kerr came away with it. I just am impressed on how he brought it off the back wall to the front of the net, and great job by Drotz getting to the net to put in the rebound.
These are the reasons we come to an arena.
Yeah, indeed.
Off the face-off, it's controlled by the Thunderhawks as Peart will lob it in. Orchard leaves it there. So Grand Rapids, so it sounds like Easton Young gets a second assist there. 37 seconds left. Face-off will be in the Warroad zone. So Grand Rapids, after throwing everything at Orchard, not being able to score in the second period, able to put 4 behind him here in the third.
Yeah, and I think this speaks a lot to Grand Rapids and how they came out, how they came out after the second and just kept going. They didn't worry about the score. They just kept playing.
Puck behind the Warroad net. I think I have to give Peart complains that I only put him on after tough losses because I know he can handle it. I think he needs to be on the post-game interview here.
Yeah.
And now here's a chance, but the puck doesn't get through. 14 seconds left, net empty for the Warriors. Centering pass, and that is intercepted out to center ice.
That'll do it.
And Peart, or that was Braden Holcomb. Long shot as Pilkington stops that at the buzzer, and Grand Rapids gets the 4-3 win over the Warroad Warriors in dramatic fashion. We'll take a break, be back for a wrap-up and a post-game interview. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
We all want what is best for our families. Hi, this is Nate, store manager of Super One South. At Super One Foods, we pride ourselves on fresh quality products and a clean store for you to shop in. Whatever department you are in,
Motor Shop, Deerwood Bank, and Itasca Abstract Company also bringing you this game. Pierce, shot, goal! Jack Pierce picks the top corner.
That's a big.
Plays it back to the point. Nice job by Morquay to keep it in. Shot, goal! Oh, Ren Morquay picks the top corner. Blocker side, and it's 3-2.
Big time, and that's 2 shots from the point with traffic in.
Warroad outshot Grand Rapids in the first period. Seemed like a long time ago. Shot, goal off the face-upward side! And that was J.J. Norris takes Kerr into the boards. Kerr will come away with the puck anyways. Out front, shot, goal!
Rots. In the second period, but they came out well and they did a good job.
And could you tell you weren't hearing yourself in the headset?
I was not hearing myself. Was I talking to myself?
Yeah, we were talking to ourselves, and that was yours truly. I felt myself kick. I kicked the cord out of the wall.
Well, that would be why then.
That would be hot.
Then it was good practice for me then.
Okay, you did everything perfectly except I kicked the cord out of the wall. Now we're back. And Grand Rapids, I came back and Sean said I lost sound when you left. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There would be a reason for that because I kicked. So what we have to do now is we have to go back and replay stuff because we need to get all our commercials in and we need to do everything right. So we're going to restart that break. We'll come back with a quick recap, our post-game interview. We're going to be here a little while. Why not? We're going to enjoy this win.
Sure.
So we'll take a break and actually be back with some sound. Not Grant's fault, my fault. Clumsy old 55-year-old kicking cords. We'll take a break, be back, and talking more about a Grand Rapids 4-3 win. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
We all want what is best for our families. Hi, this is Nate, store manager of Super One South. At Super One Foods, we pride ourselves on fresh quality products and a clean store for you to shop in. Whatever department you are in, you will find what you are looking for, and if you can't, our dedicated team is there to help. When it comes to food, healthy choices are important for our families. At Super One Foods, we have something for everyone, and as always, it is fresh and quality. Super One Foods, proud to be a part of our community.
Hi, I'm Annika from the Grand Rapids State Bank. We sponsor many community activities that I care about. I enjoy working for a business that puts that kind of effort into being part of the community. I work as a teller, so whether it's at the walk-up window or the drive-thrus, I get many chances to interact with people every day. I really like getting to know customers on a first-name basis. Grand Rapids State Bank. This is my community and my bank.
The Grand Rapids State Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You don't want to work at just any old place, and you don't want to work just any old time. Maybe you want to work mornings, afternoons, or late nights, weekdays or weekends. For job openings on your schedule, check out the openings at McDonald's.com. They're hiring for multiple shifts and positions. McDonald's can be more than just a job. They have great career opportunities available for the right people. If you're looking for fulfilling work and a fun and challenging atmosphere, don't wait any longer. Apply at McDonald's.com. I'm loving it. Doctors Rachel and Spencer Buchert, as well as Dr. Mike Hagley at Grand Rapids Dental Care, are proud supporters of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They know firsthand that in order to be successful, it takes the whole team working together towards a single goal. For Grand Rapids Dental Care, that goal is providing expert dental care for all their patients. For a lifetime of healthy smiles, choose Grand Rapids Dental Care for all your dental needs. Online at grdental.com, call 326-3438 to set up an appointment. Go Thunderhawks!
A year at S&S Meats in Grand Rapids. Happy New Year.
What a beautiful prime rib.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Honey, you shouldn't have. Look at that New York strip.
For Easter.
Mom, is the ham ready?
Memorial Day.
Pass me some jerky and cheese curds. Let's go fishing.
4th of July.
Throw some more jumbo shrimp on the Barbie.
Labor Day.
Need some more brats here.
Thanksgiving.
Honey, the smoked turkey makes the meal.
Christmas.
Did you get a meat bundle for Dad? He'll love it.
Anytime is a great time to shop S&S Meats. Highway 2 West, Grand Rapids.
The Timberlake Restaurant is now open for dinner Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 p.m., serving dinner until 9 p.m. Chef has prepared many new menu items, and your favorites will still be available. The Timberlake Restaurant still offers curbside pickup. Call 326-2600 to place your order. Everyone at the Timberlake thanks you for supporting them during these times. We are excited to welcome you back. The Timberlake Restaurant, Highway 169 South, Grand Rapids.
Hi, this is Wade Browse with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
And we are back at the IRA Civic Center, a much quieter and less intense IRA Civic Center than it was about 15 minutes ago. Sheldon Willis along with Grant Clafton. And Grant, again, as we were saying, we apologize for the dead air. That's a certain clumsy oaf putting his size 11s on a cord and kicking it out of the way. So now we're back, and now you can go ahead and do a little bit of, do your wrap up.
And a rookie color guy that had no idea he was talking to himself.
Yeah, well, that it wasn't your fault, man. Okay, have at it.
Yeah, but anyway, just to run through the scoring here, it was the only scoring in the first period was Warroad, Blake Norris from Sky Solig to make it 1-0. Warroad was the only beneficiary in the second period as well, going up 2-0 with Solig scoring the goal, assisted by Shagaby and Foster. And then Grand Rapids comes out in the third and gets rewarded for their efforts throughout the game that they'd been putting on. And finally, Jack Pert on the power play able to break the scoreless streak for Rapids to make it 2-1. Jack Pert from Joey Del Greco. And then not too long later, Warroad strikes again to go up 3-1. Norwegian from Foster. And then from that point on, it was all Grand Rapids. Ren Morquay gets it tied up at 2-2 from another assist from Joey Del Greco. And then to make it 3-2. And then Kerr from Del Greco gets it to 3-3. And then in the last minute of the regulation time, Garrett Drotz gets the game winner from J.J. Kerr and Easton Young.
And that's where we ended 4-3. And now let's get our post-game interview done. Garrett Drotz, Jack Beard on our post-game interview. And first, Garrett, talk about that game winner. It was all hard work, both you and Kerr.
Yeah, we switched up lines. There's me, Justin, and Joey, and we funneled it to the puck, and I crashed the net, and JJ gave me a great pass.
And second period, you played a good period and ended up down 2 goals instead of 1. What are you thinking in the third? And talk about that power play goal that got it started.
We hadn't played our best yet, and we knew we had to come out in the third if we wanted a chance to win, and luckily we did that.
And the first period, I don't know, I guess you can describe it however you want, maybe a little flat. What was going on in the first period?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of puck luck. We just didn't have the energy. We had to compete, and we came out the third period and got it done.
And I know you would say this team still hasn't put together a full game, but talk about the last, I'm going to say, 10 minutes of that third period. That was pretty good hockey.
Yeah, no, we played good in the third, and that's a good mile mark to keep moving forward for.
And I guess talk about the new line you were on. Who knows if it stays that way, but out with Kerr and Del Greco.
Yeah, they're great kids. They're easy to play with. I've been playing with Joey a lot my whole youth career, and Justin just easy to play with, so it's good to get back with him.
Did Joey lose a draw the whole third period?
I don't think so.
Great win. It was exciting, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
And that is Garrett Drotz and Jack Peart on our post-game interview. We'll take one more break. I told you, extended post-game because of what we did. So we'll take one more break and come back with our Dutch Room Mad Dog's Pizza 3 stars as we wrap it up here from the IRA Civic Center. 4-3 Grand Rapids, your final score. And you've been listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
We're here with Kirk Adams, Northern Market President of Deerwood Bank. Kirk, why is it important for you to support Grand Rapids Thunderhawk Athletics?
Being born and raised here, I love supporting the community that helped raise me. That is why I am working with my team at Deerwood Bank to bring nice and simple banking to the entire Grand Rapids area. From your first savings account to life after retirement, we're here to help you.
Deerwood Bank. Banking made nice and simple. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Roth RV in Deerwood and Grand Rapids is your one-stop shop for all your RV parts and service needs. Their service center is experienced and reputable, providing routine and warranty service for all the brands they carry. They can repair and service most used RVs as well. With 16,000 square feet, Roth RV now offers a 12-bay service center and a huge parts store. To book an appointment, call 218-999-5493 or complete the online request form at rothrv.com. Roth RV and Marine, located at the Old Midway Homes location, Highway 169 East.
It's Mike here, from here at the Motor Shop. If you didn't hear, we're still here. We've just moved. We're not at the old here, but we're here at the new here, which is here to serve the Northland better. Here at the new here is over 3,000 feet of shop space and a showroom that's way bigger than the old here, which isn't here, it's there. But you can find us here, north of ICC and Midway Homes on 169 on the same side of the road. It's 2949 US Highway 169. Or just call us for directions.
Mackley Auto Repair in Coleraine is happy to welcome Service Advisor Scott Baird to their team. He has more than 20 years of experience in the auto service industry, and he's ready to help you with your auto needs and questions. Mackley has a new state-of-the-art alignment machine, and Mackley works on all makes and models of vehicles. Mackley Auto Repair, Main Street, downtown Coleraine.
Hey hockey moms, grandmas, aunts, or fans. Show your favorite player your support with beautiful jewelry featuring their jersey number. Let White Pine Jewelers of Grand Rapids show you the beautiful styles available and help you special order yours today. White Pine Jewelers offers you all the services you would expect, like stone setting, watch repair, ring sizing, chain soldering, and more. White Pine Jewelers, located behind McDonald's in the Pekegama Plaza, Grand Rapids. Online at whitepinejewelers.com, and remember to like us on Facebook.
Hi, this is John Bonner with the Thunderhawk Hockey Team, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder.
And it is time for our Dutch Room's Mad Dog Pizza 3 stars of the game. Dutch Room and Mad Dog's Pizza, proudly owned and operated by Brandy and Gabe Miskovich, and they welcome you in to relax with family and friends, enjoy the best pizza, wings, and burgers around. My first thought is this is one of those games where 3 stars aren't enough.
Yeah, I would say that that's the case. I mean, that was a total team effort by Grand Rapids, and be said, I mean, that was a must-win game for Grand Rapids, and maybe a lot of folks don't recognize that, but that was a must-win game against a single-A team.
Without this win, they very likely do not get the number 1 seed.
They would be on the road probably for sure. I would
in the section final.
In the section final, yeah.
So, there's no understating how big a win this is and how big a game it is next week against Hermantown.
Right, exactly. I mean, the Hermantown game's a big game, and they're all big from here on out, but I think this was a really big one because I think it's a good precedent setter, and there's something to learn from this game, definitely, for Grand Rapids, in the fact that I thought that they played 2 tremendously well periods.
Yeah.
And granted, all the goal scoring came in the third period. They got 3 unanswered goals to win it, but all 4 came in the third period. And granted, they can walk away and say, yeah, we got 4 goals in 1 period, but it really took them an entire game to get them.
Yes.
And that's why it's important that you can't just take periods off. And I thought from the 12-minute mark of the second period on, it was all Grand Rapids.
Absolutely. And let's go with your 3 stars.
Right away, I'm going to give it to Joey Del Greco. I thought the number 1 star, I guess we're going in reverse here, but
okay.
The number 1 star I would give to Joey Del Greco with the 3 assists, the face-off performances, the ice time that he gets, the competing that he does all throughout the ice. I think he gets the number 1 star.
Okay.
Number 2 star for me, not just because he scored the game winner. Garrett Drotz had a tremendous game all over the ice, and from the limited amount that I've been able to watch him play, I like him a ton as a player. And then there's times where I think, well, I wish he'd be a little bit more aggressive. And then tonight he was aggressive. He used his skill set, he used his brain, and he was rewarded with the game-winning goal. So arguably the number 1, but I'm going to give him the number 2.
I like it.
And then of course I think it's big time when your senior captain gets the scoring started in a huge game, and Jack Pert with the 3 stars. And once again, you got to throw a shout out to Ren Morkway, J.J. Kerr. I thought Braden Holcomb had an outstanding game. Hunter Bischoff showed me a new speed that he was playing at, and that was a fun. Coach Chito talked about, they played their best period of the year against Moorhead. Well, I think they played 2 of their best periods tonight.
And I think, if Warroad holds on to win that game, Jack Orchard is the hands-down first star of this game, made a number of unbelievable saves. Rapids finally got to him late, but you got to throw him out as a little bit of an honorable mention. He made some top end saves.
He put on a show here tonight, and he didn't get rewarded for his efforts for sure, but he had an outstanding game. But I think a lot of this game is so much mental toughness and overcoming it, and Grand Rapids and the rest they could have pouted and been upset and frustrated and things weren't going their way, and how did he save that, and how did he save that? But they didn't. They kept their foot to the pedal and showed championship performance.
The 3 stars, Joey Del Greco 1, Garrett Drotz 2, Jack Peart 3 from Dutch Room, Mad Dog's Pizza. If you're looking for delivery or takeout, give them a call, 326-1774. You can order online at maddogspizza.com and check out their Facebook page for daily lunch and dinner specials. And that wraps it up here from the IRA Civic Center. Rapids next plays Tuesday in Duluth against Duluth East, and we'll be there for it. And you'll be joining me again Thursday, I believe, for the Hermantown game here, right?
Yeah, Thursday is my last one, I think, yep.
Yeah, boy. That's awful. We may be. You never know. I may end up talking to you for playoffs yet.
Yeah, you never know.
Because
I'm gonna just tell everybody I got fired, and no.
that will not happen. Thanks a lot for doing this. We'll see you on Thursday. Everyone else, we'll see you for Grand Rapids hockey on Tuesday from the Heritage Center in Duluth. That wraps it up. 4-3 Grand Rapids win over Warroad on J105 The Thunder, J105Radio.com.
Thanks for joining us for Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105Radio.com.
Farside comes to appear at this time